This is a Dragon Blazer production, and I am the little boogeyman.
All right. Coming down the aisle, your podcast tag team champions of the world, Boomer and Blaze.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Boomer and Blaze Show. I am Boomer.
And I'm Blaze.
Blaze. And listen, so, this show's still going to come out when it always does, but we're recording early because of the holiday. So Blaze just had a birthday. He's like 60 now. Happy birthday.
What's that make you? You're older.
I'm like 105 or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
He did just have a birthday.
Sense.
It'll be gone. It's already gone. It'll be gone by the time you hear this. But I saved something for the show. I didn't even tell Blaze about this, so he might kill me. But we were discussing something last week, so I brought you a birthday surprise, Blaze.
Oh, really?
See, he didn't know about this. We like to do this stuff on the fly. I brought you something you specifically discussed last week. I brought Blaze some birthday pie.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Some pie?
Some birthday pie. Happy birthday, Blaze.
Apple pie,
nice
too.
Apple pie.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. Happy birthday, old guy.
I'm about to just tear into it. I don't even have silverware with
where's
me
the
right
assistant?
now.
We need a fork.
I'm just like, where's my fork?
This guy needs fired. I haven't even seen him for like weeks.
I might have a water bottle around here or something. I just throw at him. Throw at the assistant.
Throw it at the assistant and get him out of here. We should have called him the Marty Jannetty School of Jobbers. And we probably would have had a better assistant. That's what we should have done.
I don't know. They might already be buried by Marty Jannetty,
They might be, or they're deep in cocaine and hookers. I don't know. But there you go. Happy birthday.
I mean, I could use some hookers for my birthday, too.
Hey.
Hey, Marty Jannetty, hey!
Where's that assistant now? You might also need hush money when it's over with. You know what I mean?
That's I do need some hush money.
So I guess we could say Happy Thanksgiving, but we hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right.
Because in our universe,
come out on Saturday.
Yeah, it hasn't happened, but it has. Because that's how it goes.
Yep, I'm really full
right now. I am so stuffed in that Thanksgiving dinner, let me tell you.
Got me some turkey and...
So we did some flipping around to record and everything, but it worked out because we have a lot of more wrestling to talk about than we would have had if we would record when we went to. But before we discuss wrestling, we're going to do what we always do, and I'm going to talk about what I want. Because that's what we do.
Oh, okay.
So first, let's throw out some love to Young Rock.
Oh, I love Young Rock.
Is this not like
I just
the
got
best?
done watching episode 3.
Me too. I am caught up, and let me tell you what, Becky Lynch convinced me she was Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, she did a good job. She really did.
And if anybody in this world, because if you haven't watched Young Rock, we're getting into the WWF the Attitude Era, so the characters are coming in, and everybody that plays somebody is kind of not exactly look like who they're supposed to be.
No,
it's almost over the top.
But they're doing the character.
But they're doing the character great. So anyway, my point would be you have to appreciate Hulk Hogan because I laughed really hard when Hulk Hogan showed up on the show.
Yeah.
Like, wow. But it's a great show.
Have we not got Hulk Hogan yet? Like, because they have gone through the 80s. And
and I've watched the first 2 seasons, but I don't remember seeing Hulk Hogan yet until this.
That's weird.
This
like,
season,
throughout the whole show, and the whole show has been Hulk Hogan's, like, heyday.
Well, yeah.
And they haven't really focused
obviously
on Hulk
The Rock,
at all.
which he said before was a huge fan of Hulk Hogan. So, and when you grow up in the WWF, that's going to be part of your... Something I didn't know watching this show that I learned, though, because we've talked about it a little bit with Crown Jewel, but can you believe way back then, Vince was trying to get in Saudi Arabia? Like, that Rocky Johnson thing's a real deal that happened, and wow.
Well, to my understanding, most of the story is pretty...
Yeah, it's pretty accurate,
true.
It's just exaggerated.
It's slightly exaggerated,
bit,
but for the most part,
I think... It's not as exaggerated as Weird Al.
No, it's not as...
It's more accurate than that, but it's I'm loving every minute of that show. If you've not watched it, and you're a fan of The Rock... What are you doing?
Right.
Of course, I'm partial because I'm a fan of anything The Rock. He could probably literally sell literal rocks, but if they had his logo on it, I'd buy it.
And it's great. Not only do we get these the young actors that play Rock are really good too.
Oh yeah, all 3.
Especially the oldest one. The oldest one,
he has the look.
And I really enjoyed the Nation of Domination episode, like the whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
It took me back.
Like it hit me in the feels.
Yeah.
Like when he's, and I think I watched that episode.
Yeah, I remember that episode.
Rocky doing the whole,
yeah,
and to find out that he did it on his own, like, and if that's
and had the balls
accurate.
to go to Vince, and say, hey, I think I need a few minutes here. And I believe it probably was. Rock grew up around him, so he probably just thought, he's Vince, but he's Vince. Like, I've known Vince my whole life.
Right. But that whole,
it's up there.
I like
with Chucky.
how they're saying,
like,
I gotta say about the heart, and then he's like bashing this, but it's still so cool.
It is. It's a great show.
And I forgot all about the whole Rocky sucks. Like,
oh yeah, they hated The Rock.
It's been so long that it's like I completely pushed that out of my mind.
Now we don't watch.
Fans just hated The Rock.
We don't watch a lot of Raw and stuff. We're going to see his debut though this year, Survivor Series.
I know. I'm excited.
And he got a little bit of cheer, but yeah, they hated The Rock. They did not like him at all. And this is why for the longest time, when people were booing Roman, I'm like, what are you doing? Just go back to The Rock. And they finally did it. Now, if Roman ever decides to turn face, he'll be the biggest face since Hulk Hogan or John Cena.
But I don't want that.
But I don't want that.
Nobody
he
wants
either.
that.
He literally already turned it out once. He's like, why?
No, he's great.
And especially at the point now that the
heel.
bloodline's so popular, he doesn't need to be a face. If they love him, they love him. They're going to buy the merchandise.
Right.
They were number one till Bray came back. Like,
this isn't the 80s. We buy the heel.
The heels are still, this is like, the bloodline is the new NWO and the heels are cool. Most wrestlers' lines black and, I mean, it's gray anyway, isn't it? There's not a lot of, I'm definitely a heel and I'm definitely a babyface. They're still there, but you know what I mean? They cross the lines all the time. So, but kudos to Young Rock. It's a great show and I'm enjoying it.
It's a good show.
It's right up there with Chucky. That's probably the two best things.
Unfortunately, I haven't been able to watch Chucky.
I'm not caught up on Chucky. No,
I haven't. I haven't watched the newest one.
Yeah. Now, we talked about this off air last week, but I'm going to bring it up on air this week and talk about one of our favorite Canadians, and damn you, Kevin Smith. Because we talked about Clerks 3 off air a little bit. We should bring it up if you haven't seen it. Like, damn you, Kevin.
I cried like a bitch.
Me too, and I'm not even going to lie. Now, I don't think you could watch it. First of all, if you haven't seen the other movies, you wouldn't watch it anyway.
No, this is more of
because it's a secret. But
you got to be somewhat of a fan.
If you're not a Kevin Smith fan, you're not going to cry like a baby because you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
But wow, and I agree with what you said. I won't say it's my favorite Kevin Smith movie because I'm partial to Dogma. But this is like Siskel and Ebert. Like maybe I sound like a nerd. This was a masterpiece. This is the best movie.
It was great.
This was
great.
Yeah, and I can see why his wife and daughter were kind of like, I don't know if you should, because he's telling his story through Randall. Yeah. He brought everybody back to make, cameos, and I got the whole thing. And it was a great story. Damn. Yeah,
I listened to a lot of, I listened to it's Fat Man Beyond now.
That's right, he had to change it.
Fat Man Beyond, there were some issues with copyrights.
It's that whole WWF
he had it for a while, but Fat Man on Batman, but now it's Fat Man Beyond, and I listen to Hollywood Babylon. I used to listen to Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, but they haven't done it in quite a while, and I'm hoping it's just because Jay is busy, because Jason Mewes, because the whole point of Jay and Silent Bob Get Old is because Jason Mewes was really bad into drugs.
Oh yeah, he had a rough.
And he started. He got clean.
Yeah.
And then they started doing the podcast, kind of partially just to keep him accountable. Yeah. Like every episode, they point out how long have you been sober, and he would give the date, like how long he'd been sober, and that's like the whole point of the podcast was to keep him sober.
Yeah.
Now there's two ways to look at it. Like, I hope that they didn't stop it because he's,
which I don't think he
relapsed.
is, because with all the movies they've done recently.
I don't think he is either.
That happening, yeah.
I haven't heard anything. I feel like I would have heard something by now.
I think so.
I think he would have said something on one of the other podcasts I listened to.
And he still looks good, and a lot of people may say, well, he looks really well. Well, he does. From that time of his life, yeah, he does look older than he is.
Yeah.
But he looks healthy.
Right.
He looks good now.
He looks better.
It takes time.
But my guess is that it's more of, he has a daughter now.
Yeah.
He has a child, and I think more of, you know what, you need more time with your daughter.
Oh yeah, because there's definitely...
And probably is more of a, I don't need to do this podcast to keep you sober. Your daughter will keep you sober.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm guessing.
Because there's time to make up there too, I'm sure, from all the years of his issues, but I'm glad he's sober. And that was a great movie, but Kevin, you made me cry like a little bitch. So,
oh yeah, me
and
too.
I'm really excited. And some people won't be, but now the rumor is there's going to be a Red State 2.
Oh yeah?
Which I'm excited about, but kind of shocks me because, it's a different world now.
Yeah.
Like that movie took shit back then.
Most of Kevin Smith movies take shit.
Yeah.
So
well, this one, it was
he's no stranger to controversy.
Oh, he's doing a Waco movie. Okay.
Yeah.
And they just didn't like it because of the ending. If you've never seen it, you'd have to watch it, but you can't find it because they won't release it because it was such a horrible movie. Mm-hmm. Not a horrible movie as to watch, but it was so bad.
Yeah, I've only seen it once. I remember.
See, Dogma and Red State are both the same situation, are being kidnapped and held hostage by Miramax.
Yeah, I don't know if I have Red State, but I have Dogma. I have most of his collection.
I do have both. Dogma is the actual Blu-ray. Red State may be illegally burned, but don't tell the FBI.
Mallrats. I'm looking at it right here. I have a couple of his An Evening with Kevin Smith. Yeah. Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Gets Strike Back, Jersey Girl, Clerks 2, Zack and Miri Make a Porno. That one's great, by the way.
Zack and Miri is very underrated.
I have Tusk and Blu-ray. Unfortunately, they're all DVDs and not Blu-rays, but I do have most of his collection. I guess I don't have Red State. I don't see that one over there.
And if you don't have Jay and Silent Bob the reboot, it's $5 at Walmart right now, folks. DVD, but hey,
I liked Reboot.
I did too.
I did too. I liked it,
especially the explaining in the movie of the difference between a reboot and a remake.
Yeah.
And it was great. They're all great. See, Kevin Smith, we have love for
I even
you.
liked Yoga Hosers, and
so
I know
did
a lot of people hated it.
I liked Yoga Hosers. And Tusk, the problem is if you get
Tusk
lost,
is weird, but I like it.
It is weird, but if you actually pay attention and listen to it, it's a creepy movie. But everybody kind of got lost because all of a sudden he's a giant fucking walrus. But
it's a weird movie.
It is a weird movie. It's weird. It's out there. It is weird. But Justin Long, I don't know. He does good. And Yoga Hosers is hilarious. And I'm not even Canadian, and I still got the jokes.
Yeah.
I still got the jokes. All right, so let's get into some wrestling. How about that? Do you have anything else?
Did we want to do
the debate?
Wrestling or Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving. We're going to do Thanksgiving.
Let's do Thanksgiving.
Let's hold
first.
off. Okay, and I keep forgetting about the debate, so we'll go there first before I forget again. So here is a great Thanksgiving debate for you. It's a two-parter. First of all, cranberry sauce, yes or no?
Yeah.
Not a big fan. So asking you can or fresh wouldn't do any good either.
No,
because you don't really eat it. Now, I like cranberry sauce. I'll do it, but you can just open that can of Ocean Spray jelly stuff.
Yeah, I can do without it too.
I part of it might be just because it's one of those things, right? It's Thanksgiving. I have to have cranberry sauce. Like I get almost mad if it's not there, and it's not like it's so. I have like a little dollop. It's like one of those. It has to be there. I don't know.
Fair
it's a little
enough.
weird, but
it's always there.
They even debated that on ESPN, and they were dogging the can stuff. Like you can't buy that fake gel. You got to make it. Has anyone ever? I don't think I've ever. I'm not saying I've never had it, but no one in my family ever made cranberry sauce.
No, nobody in my family makes.
Your grandma made stuff like from scratch, and still opened the can.
I believe so.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, because it's just the cranberry sauce. Nobody cares.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because it's not that good.
I was just interested in the perspective of it. I like to stay current. ESPN even talked about the cranberry sauce, so I thought, well, we'll talk about it. But
fair enough.
Yeah, I just like it to be there because it's part of Thanksgiving, and I'm not going to eat it again until next year.
I look at it, it's like, oh, that's pretty, bye-bye.
Because my Thanksgiving plate is literally everything available, probably stuff that shouldn't be touching, and I don't care because it's Thanksgiving, and then gravy's like just living its life on the plate. Like
my favorite thing Thanksgiving-wise is my mom makes scalloped potatoes. She makes homemade scalloped potatoes. And the funny thing about it is she burns it. And it's great. Okay,
but that tastes good. And actually on a previous episode, I remember this coming up before because you were like, and anytime she tried to slide that box stuff in there, you got really angry.
Yeah, we got pissed.
We
got pissed.
I remember. Absolutely. You got very rageful in that episode. He's like, don't try to slide that box bullshit in on me, man. That ain't... which you can't compare, by the way.
Which I love my mom, but there's like one thing that we get excited about that she makes.
And the problem
she
is
doesn't make a lot of stuff.
Totally different. I bet there's a lot of people out there that have never had them homemade. And they're totally different. The box stuff's fine if you're at home, you're cooking dinner, you don't need a lot.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
that's real easy.
But if you get homemade scallop, like actual scallop potatoes, it's a whole nother level, and burning them's the way to go.
Exactly.
We're starting our own.
Wait a minute.
Not burning them.
It's not like burnt.
Black.
It's just like
it's the crispiness.
It's just like just slightly overcooked. Yes. So like the top is just a little crisp.
But that's what you want.
A little burnt crisp.
I do that with
it's delicious.
I do that with my meatloaf too. Like just a nice. Don't burn it. But
yeah, but you want that little bit. Yeah,
a little bit of crispy. And oh god, the homemade. See, you're making me hungry. But
I know, right?
You can't even compare
Thanksgiving
that.
Yet? We just had it. We just had it. That's right. We just had it about 3 days ago.
You're drunk and you forgot.
Oh my gosh, so much. I don't want to touch Thanksgiving ever again. But I do because this is the future.
It is the future. See, we get all lost in
or the past.
So that was that great topic I kept forgetting for weeks.
Back to the future.
We're back to the future. I'm going back. Yeah, we can go back to the future if you want.
But yeah, absolutely. Those scalloped potatoes. Like I said, my stepdad makes most of Thanksgiving dinner at my mom's house.
Yeah.
But the one thing my mom better make is those scalloped potatoes.
I know your mom too. If he tells me you didn't make those potatoes, I'm going to do nothing about it. But
every once in a while, my mother listens to this podcast, and if you're listening to this,
hi Mom,
and you didn't make scalloped potatoes at Thanksgiving, just know that future me is really upset.
Future me had a horrible Thanksgiving.
That's
I didn't get my potatoes, and I'm really mad.
We need those scalloped potatoes.
You got to ignore our craziness, like I said. But
I'm not even a big turkey guy. I want those scalloped potatoes. That's the main thing I want on my plate.
So
and some deviled eggs. I like some deviled eggs.
Somebody was talking today about what they were making, and I thought I had my menu done, and I'm like, oh, damn, I have to make deviled eggs. Gotta have deviled eggs, right?
Right.
And I am a big turkey fan, but the thing is, I'm going to eat that turkey on Thanksgiving, and I'm not going to eat turkey the rest of the year unless it's like on a sandwich or something.
No, I only eat it at Thanksgiving. Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm kind of big on the turkey, but that's the only reason. Like, who eats turkey all year long? Not that kind of turkey. Are you out buying a whole turkey and throwing it in the oven in the middle of the year?
No.
But I could go without it. Again, it's just the tradition. If I grew up thinking pizza was for Thanksgiving, I'd probably be like...
I'll eat, they have turkey, cold cuts and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll buy the cold cuts,
Yeah, absolutely. But you're not buying a whole-ass turkey.
Not in the middle of the year. I'm not, anyway.
We don't murder turkeys in the rest of the year. We just murder them at
That's right. And here in Ohio, you can only buy them at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, go find one when it's not Thanksgiving. You got to buy a Cornish hen or something.
Sometimes they have just one random turkey leg that you just real big ass.
Yeah, real big ass turkey legs. Yeah, or 2 months from now, they're going to find that one stash left in the warehouse, and they're going to have a turkey sale.
Oh yeah, turkeys.
February.
We got to get rid of those turkeys. It's
like
we killed too many. Go buy more turkey.
Turkey's 10 cents a pound. Come on.
Maybe you can have it for Christmas. Who knows? It's a little bit of Chanukah. I don't know. A little Hanukkah.
Put on your yarmulke.
It's time for
Hanukkah.
Wait a minute.
Oh wait, we're getting ahead of ourselves. It's still Thanksgiving. No. What are we doing?
We just finished. Oh crap! That means they legally start playing freaking Mariah Carey.
Dude. 2 weeks ago at work, I almost threw the radio through the window at my job because they let Mariah out of the cave.
Oh God.
And I literally am on the line at work going, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?"
That fucking song, man.
I would rather hear "Be My Baby Tonight" by Jeff Jarrett on 24-hour loop than have to hear Mariah sing that shit. And I like Mariah.
That's
bad.
Huge. That's huge.
That's bad.
That's huge.
God, I'd rather listen to the Rockers' entrance music over and over.
Now, I gotta ask, do we hate that song because we're single?
No.
Or is it just that bad?
The reason I never did before, I'm a Mariah fan. It's one of those songs. Go in any fucking store right now. You can go to 3 stores in one day, you're going to hear that song. They play it too much is all it is for me.
They do.
They just play it too much.
It's kind of like why for the longest time I hated Celine Dion. And it's not that I didn't hate Celine Dion. I found this out later in life. Just recently, a couple years ago, I found out, holy shit, I don't hate Celine Dion. She has some legit bangers. I think that's what the kids are saying.
That's what the kids are saying. You got it, boys.
Bangers. She has some legit bangers.
Yes, but it was that Titanic song, wasn't it?
Stupid
Titanic song. Yep. My heart will go on. Wow, and he hits the notes too.
There's a Hot Wheel garage.
That was amazing. That was almost better than Celine.
It is better than Celine.
He's like, it is, damn it. Song. Don't you know who I am? Yeah. So that's what it is for me. It's just popular to hate it, I guess. But yeah, they just played it too much, man. And that can happen to, you know what? CSI destroyed the Who for me. I don't want to hear any Who song because all I can picture is CSI's.
I don't really watch CSI, so.
Well, but every different version, because they're just like Law and Order, there's like 75 different CSIs. Everyone uses a different Who song. I don't want to hear the Who at all because they're now TV show theme songs. So.
Right.
So that's what it is with me and Mariah. So,
yeah. I understand. But like, I'll tell you what, her song, and I'm trying to remember the name of it right now, Celine Dion, is absolute fire. It's a fantastic song. Oh, you know what? It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
The song, it's all coming back to me now.
That is a good song, though.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I like it. If you can't tell, not only are we recording earlier in the week, but we're back to an early schedule in the day, which works a lot better because I suck at night, I'll tell you. This guy, I'm surprised I still have a job because I just forget things.
I don't have anyone to replace you, so.
It's like you're the only one. You're the only one that will come to the studio. We can't even find the assistant. If we might be dead, we don't know.
I know.
All right, so any more Thanksgiving chatter that you would like to? I hope everyone does have a good Thanksgiving, even though it's over, but it's not really. So.
No, but I'm excited because apparently I watched about 3 days ago. I watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Nice.
And I'm assuming it was great. But
it is time to watch that. That's for sure.
On my other podcast, coming soon to a podcast near you.
Check it out.
Me and Xavier are going to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for the Thanksgiving movie review.
Nice.
So we plan on watching that. I have they're coming over, for Thanksgiving break. Or have already came over for Thanksgiving break.
Just don't know it yet, yeah. Hi, kids.
And, we watched, we're going to have watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Which,
nice.
I mean, is...
I haven't watched it.
We've discussed. It's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
So we're about to watch that this week.
I actually just purchased it. Because I didn't have it, but I got it was a 5-pack of holiday movies.
Oh, you found that out in the Walmart bin, huh?
Hey. Look, I paid $15 for 5 holiday movies, so and Scrooged is in it. It's Scrooge, Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, Office Christmas Party.
Oh yeah,
the night before with Seth Rogen, and then for some reason, Trading Places is in there, which I guess is technically a Christmas movie. But,
I don't know. I haven't watched Trading Places. I don't think
Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd.
If I have, it was a long.
It's a good movie, and it's back to that. If it takes place during Christmas, it's a Christmas movie. It's that
fair
kind
enough.
I mean, Batman Returns is technically.
I will argue to my dying breath, Gremlins is the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
But you can justify that because if Die Hard's a Christmas movie, so is Gremlins.
Absolutely.
So is Batman Returns.
Absolutely.
I finally said, okay, Die Hard could be a Christmas movie, but that means all movies that take place during Christmas.
I'm not arguing.
Christmas movies.
I'm getting ready to watch Violent Night.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Nothing more Christmas than that. Santa Claus beating the shit out of robbers. Hell yeah, sign me up.
Santa.
And David Harbour. I like
David
him.
Harbour, yeah, I know. I do. And I wish he would have got to do more Hellboy, but that's not going to happen. Just not going to happen. Did you see Fat Man last year with Mel Gibson? That was good.
No.
Okay, well, you need to watch Fat Man. Mel Gibson plays Santa Claus. But just imagine Mel Gibson.
Oh, I remember.
That's him as Santa. Yeah, watch that.
I remember seeing previews
You want to see
that.
drunk Santa with a Glock?
Oh, I'm about to see drunk Santa. I guess I don't know if David Harbour's drunk in this, but
I haven't watched it in a while. But yeah, in Fat Man, he's retired, but he is Santa, and then like something happens on his farm, and Santa becomes a badass. Like it's good. It's good.
Okay.
See, I'll check that out. All right.
All right, well, let's get to the wrestling.
Now we're going to talk some wrestling. Let's do that. And the first thing I want to say is congratulations to MJF, baby.
Hell
I called it, but they did get me on the swerve. Did you get to see the swerve? Did you see how MJF won the title?
Get to watch fully.
I didn't get to watch it either, but so you don't know how MJF won?
I know he won.
He did win, and the swerve that
I do know.
The swerve I didn't see coming was Regal.
Regal turned on John Moxley.
Slid the brass knucks to MJF. So
I did hear about
that's going to be
that.
interesting.
Sorry, yes.
And after it went off the air, I guess the rest of the Combat Club came out to tell him. So it looks like William Regal's definitely out of the Combat Club.
Yeah.
And actually read that that's the plan moving forward, is that it's going to be MJF and Regal together. But congratulations to MJF.
Which I have mixed feelings on. Well, one, I loved him in the Combat Club. But my mixed feelings is, does MJF need Regal? Because I personally think MJF is perfect. He's great on the mic. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah,
He's got a good look. He's a great character. I mean, don't get me wrong. Regal might, elevate that and just makes things better, I guess. But
yeah,
it's kind of like when they put
Regal's a great heel. But to your point, like MJF doesn't need a mouthpiece.
No, he doesn't. It's kind of like when they put Paul Heyman on Punk.
Yeah. You put one of the best talkers in the world and you gave him a mouthpiece.
And you gave him one of the greatest mouthpiece, don't get me wrong.
But he didn't need him. Punk didn't need him.
There's a reason Paul Heyman worked with Brock Lesnar so well. Brock Lesnar's not great on the mic.
And on your point, too, like in that situation, part of that might have just been, let's make sure everybody knows Punk's a heel because, he was everyone's favorite babyface, so let's put him with Heyman. We know MJF's a fucking heel. Like,
yeah, there's no hiding.
Now, these last few weeks, he's been teasing
the face turn,
and he beat up the the people he hired, those guys that no one cares about, the Morrissey's in, whatever that faction is. He beat those guys, blah blah. So they were teasing the heel turn there for me. So
the face turn, wasn't it?
Or the face turn, yeah. They were teasing the face turn, but I never bought that shit. Come on, man. MJF's way too good of a heel.
MJF's one of those characters I don't think I ever want to see be.
I'm not normally one to give heel lessons, and I guess this isn't, but we can definitely give you a lesson on how to do a fucking press conference because MJF was a genius in the media scrum.
Yeah, I haven't got to see that yet. But
you have to watch that footage. Hey, Phillip Brooks, guess what MJF did? He stayed in character. Did he cuss? Yes. Did he yell? Yes. MJF didn't even sit down. He paced back and forth in front of Tony Khan the whole time, limping to sell his knee injury. Never even sit down. Did he cuss and everything? Yes. He was like, if you want to know what's going on with the champ, you'll turn into Wednesday. That's what you'll do. Because they were trying to ask him about Regal. He's like, I'm not going to tell you. You got to watch. So it was gold. He was calling them all idiots. You really thought I was going to be a good guy. You guys are morons, And Tony Khan's just watching him walk back and forth. So yeah, he referenced Punk. He stole one of Punk's lines from the media scrum just to, I wish I could remember exactly what it was. But you have to watch it. Yeah, he poked the bear a little bit with Punk. Yeah, talked a little shit, but congrats to MJF. Not the first homegrown champ because technically Adam Page was the first homegrown guy to win, but I think MJF is the perfect champ. And my hat's off to Moxley for everything he's done, but I don't know about everybody else, but I'm tired of Moxley being the champ. It's not just because it's Moxley.
I guess I didn't hate it as much because I like the Combat Club so much.
And I do like the Combat Club. I do. But I think it's hard. Like, Roman's pulling it off. So my playing favorites, no. The Bloodline's just way above the Combat Club. I think this day and age it's hard for one person to be a champion a long time without losing the interest of people, but everybody loves Moxley in AEW. I've never been a huge fan. Maybe that's my problem. I don't hate him.
Problem is
I don't hate him. It's just
I wanted to like him. He was kind of boring.
First of all,
until you got in the Combat Club, he was just kind of boring.
First of all, get rid of Wild Thing as his entrance music. It doesn't work. I get it. But if you heard, I don't know, if you go back and listen to his original entrance music when he first came in, it was way better. Like, I can't buy him as a tough guy when he's coming out to Wild Thing.
That's fair.
I don't know. He's better than he was as Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
He's better than he was as Dean Ambrose because he gets to do a lot more hardcore, and he's carried the company, so I'm not hating on the guy, but I'm glad MJF is the new champion. Some other titles changed as well. But before we talk about that, we'll talk about the comeback. The Elite are back, baby.
Yeah,
the Elite are back. They came out to Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas.
Oh, man. I did watch that entrance.
Pretty epic, awesome. Right? So then I went ahead and checked online, and it is now official that'll be their entrance music for trios matches. Now, if the Bucks are fighting alone or Kenny is, they'll use their own. But that song will be
when
their
they come out all
entrance, yes. So they did come back and challenge for the titles. Everybody thought they were going to win the trios titles. They did not. And it was a little dirtiness from Rey Fenix that caused it. So that'll be the last few weeks they've been teasing. Pac's been doing whatever to win. The bastard Pac doesn't care. He's using hammers. He's cheating to win all the time. Well, Rey Fenix has kind of been like doing that now, whatever it takes to win. So I don't know if they're going to split them up, what the plan is. But it was announced now there'll be a best of 7 series for the trios titles. So that was match number 1 at the pay-per-view. They're going to have a rematch this Wednesday on Dynamite, and then they have 5 more matches. So they're doing the old school.
No title is going to change hands
until someone wins best of 7. Yep. And they're saying it's 1-0 Death Triangle right now, obviously. So yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time. The last best of 7 series I remember was Booker T and Benoit, and that was in WCW. Like something straight. Oh, Sheamus. That's how the bar started. That's the last time we saw it. Sheamus and Cesaro had a best of 7 series. Was not for a title.
Best of 7 might be too much.
It was not for a title, but that's how the bar actually ended up forming, was through them having a best of 7.
That's a long feud.
It is a long feud.
I don't know how I feel.
The only
maybe
thing
5 would have been better.
The only thing I worry about is you're going to run out of things to do. Like
maybe. I mean, they're
creative and everything.
Yeah, those are 2 good groups.
But everybody also didn't see the pay-per-view, so for like us, if we didn't see the match, it's so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, they did.
I mean, that's fair.
That it will be a best of 7. Some other titles changed hands. Jamie Hayter won the interim women's championship. She defeated Toni Storm. The rumor is Tony Khan's considering stripping Thunder Rosa of the title. Thunder Rosa may not be coming back. It's said that she's a little bit of a problem backstage.
Huh.
A little bit of an ego, hard to work with.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's kind of up in the air, but congratulations to Jamie Hayter. I wonder how Britt feels about that. She hugged her in the ring, I guess. And speaking of that, Saraya won her comeback match.
Oh, cool.
The review I read said that Britt had to carry her, which it's been a long time since she's wrestled, so I could see if that was the case. But
yeah,
they said Britt did a very good job protecting Saraya and getting her through the match, and Saraya will get better the longer she goes. I mean, when you come back, Punk's first couple of matches weren't that good either. If you've been out of the ring a long time, you're going to have some ring rust. I don't even know the last time Paige fought. It's been years. I'd have to Google it, but it's been years, probably before the pandemic. See if you can find that out.
You continue.
And I'll keep talking.
Look into that.
But so they said Britt helped her, and then the match ended up being good. The other review I read said Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus stole the night with their cage match. So Jungle Boy got busted open. There was some blood involved, and he ended up winning the match. So this was kind of his breakout moment. And at the media scrum, Jungle Boy also decided to take a shot at Punk. He was already bleeding because of his, match. And then he was sitting there eating whatever the fuck it was CM Punk ate at the media scrum when he was going off. He was sitting there eating the same thing while he was bleeding and made a few funny lines about,
Paige's final televised match took place on December 25th, 2017.
Wow. So even longer than I thought.
She did have a non-televised match after. That was her actual last match in WWE, which was probably a couple days after or something. But probably her last televised match was the 25th, 2017.
So it has been.
It's been quite.
It's been a minute.
5 years. 5 years.
So there you go. The Acclaimed kept their titles at the pay-per-view. The other big one that shocked me a little bit is Samoa Joe won the TNT Championship. So Samoa Joe's now the Ring of Honor TV champ and the TNT Championship. He did not beat Wardlow, though. It was a triple threat match. Samoa Joe beat Powerhouse Hobbs. So he didn't even actually beat Wardlow for the title, but
as things happen with the triple threat match.
Exactly.
And essentially when you want to take the title off of someone and you don't want them to look weak, you put them in a triple threat match and have them pin the other guy.
Exactly.
That's what you do.
And that's apparently what Samoa Joe ended up doing, so he is now a double champion. Jade.
Is he being like the Collector?
Yeah, maybe. Jade kept her championship. She's now 42-0. She beat Nyla Rose again.
That's cool.
They tried to make that whole story like Nyla stole the belt like 2 months ago, trying to say she was the real champ and all this, but like Jade already beat Nyla like a long time ago, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool though. Vicky and Nyla came out in a car. They did a tribute to Eddie for their entrance.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then Jade came out dressed like Cheetah from Thundercats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
had the
she's
full.
one of the ones
she always
that,
cosplays on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I saw her when
she had the
came
full
out
body
with the
suit.
She-Hulk thing.
Yeah, she was
Chira
or whatever they called her, but she was the girl from Thundercats, whatever
Chira,
it was.
yeah.
Cheetah, Chira, whatever. So, and she retained. So, congratulations, 42-0. Like, who's next? Fuck Goldberg streak.
Yeah, that's
I don't
right.
think this streak gets enough attention because go back and watch any of her matches. She might have had a few squash matches at the beginning, but she's not going out there wrestling for 30 fucking seconds. Like Jade's wrestling matches and beating actual competition. This is way better than... I actually thought at one point that she was going to be the one that was going to take the world title from Britt. I thought that was going to be like the big... But Britt lost the title way before I thought she would have. But I thought they were going to build up to like it's Britt against Jade. But, who knows now. We'll see where that goes. Let's see. Was there anything else from the pay-per-view that I wanted to cover? I don't think so. I think we can move on to WWE. Did you see who's back? Did you see who the 5th member of the team is?
That's right. Kevin Owens.
KO's back, baby, and got a big pop, and he will be joining now. Now I'm interested to see, is something going to happen at Survivor Series with the rumors that KO and Sammy might be getting back together?
I don't know.
Something going to happen in this
I'm
War
excited.
Games that's going to kind of... I was glad to see KO back. I liked that Roman sold it like, oh shit. He had the oh shit look on his face.
Yeah.
Because look, I don't care how much of a stomach he had. Kevin Owens is a badass. I don't care that he's not your typical bodybuilder, wrestler. Kevin Owens is the man. And I'm glad to see him back. And now I'm even more excited for War Games. And interested to see if anything will happen between him and Sammy, or somebody's going to accidentally do something to piss somebody off. Like War Games is even more exciting now. I'm really looking forward to it.
Right.
I really am. And, of course, Bray and LA Knight had another confrontation. And it was good as always. But I read a very interesting rumor about WrestleMania. Did you hear the rumor about a really big WrestleMania match? One that's never happened, that they want to happen this year. So I told you there were rumors of Austin coming back. And so they want to do, and I'm not a fan of one of these guys, but the rumor is they want to do Austin and Cena at WrestleMania 39. And that never happened. And that would definitely draw a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Those two never faced each other.
That'd be cool.
I totally think Austin's going to wrestle. He's been working out ever since the last WrestleMania, so I think he was already asked. I think at last WrestleMania, like, you want to do it again.
They just want to keep the announcement.
There's only 2 other matches, big matches he never had. He's not going to wrestle Hogan. Can't happen. Hogan's not wrestling. The other one is Punk. Fuck Punk. I don't see Punk coming back, and the only reason I don't see him coming back is because there's people not okay with it. And this is the Triple H and Steph era, not the Vince era. Vince would be like, I don't care if you like it or not. If I want to, I don't think Triple H is going to bring him back when there's people around him going,
No.
And Punk's sitting at some, cage fight going, you don't want me around, I'm trouble in the locker room. Cut your fucking hair, Punk. Whatever.
Wait a minute now.
What, he looked homeless at the fight. That's all. Did you see him at that fight? He looked, I don't know. I'm Punk hating. I'm allowed to do that, ain't I?
Fair enough.
Okay. So anyway.
Fuck Punk.
Punk. Let's move on. So looking forward to that, and I don't think I have anything else.
I have one thing.
But he has something.
Did you see that promo with LA Knight and
dude,
fucking Bray Wyatt?
Of course I did.
So good. Like,
are you loving?
Are
you liking you some LA Knight yet?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
He's
like,
good.
He is.
I mean, on the mic, I haven't got to really watch.
You haven't got to see him in the
ring
ring yet,
but yeah, that the whole story, like we finally got past. Now, don't get me wrong, I was liking it too, but we finally got past just Bray Wyatt in the ring talking about how he appreciates it, blah blah.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, I liked it, but I was ready to start seeing
more
where we go from here.
Yeah.
And now we're getting the story. Now we got Bray Wyatt just headbutting LA Knight the week before.
Yeah, right.
And then this week we have Bray Wyatt in the middle of the ring being like, I want to apologize.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
He's like, I shouldn't have done that. I let my anger get the best of me, And he shook his hand. And LA Knight shook his hand.
Yeah.
And then he attacked him again.
Yeah. And this is why I just think at Survivor Series,
And then we get that stare. The stare of Bray Wyatt as LA Knight is backing away. And then the Fiend shows up behind LA Knight.
It was Uncle Howdy, wasn't it?
Oh, I thought it was the Fiend. My bad. Something
I think
shows
it was
up.
Uncle Howdy, but I could be wrong.
Something
But anyway,
shows up behind LA Knight.
And you may not be off because there are rumors that the Fiend could still be part of all this. So
I hope
it's
so.
possible.
I love the Fiend. I love the Fiend. I'm not sure. I'm interested in the Uncle Howdy thing, but I don't think that's who I want to replace the Fiend.
No, and I don't think Uncle Howdy's going to be. I think Uncle Howdy's going to be what gets Bray to where he's going.
Yes.
I don't think Uncle Howdy's going to be the character. Uncle Howdy's going to push that button.
Yeah.
And Bray says, "No, I can't. I don't want to do that." And Uncle Howdy's going to be there.
Yeah, I think we're starting to get. I think we're getting split personality Bray.
Yeah.
And which I guess is kinda. But they never really played into the split personality before.
Exactly. I think in a way this is going to be the Fiend on another level. As much as I like the Fiend, because just like you said, yeah, he was kind of a split personality with the Firefly Funhouse and stuff, but not like this. Like he's trying to be legit.
But even
Wyndham Rotunda,
yeah,
like they're playing more on the human emotion and.
Well, it's still character because
it's still character.
He
yeah.
doesn't
He's still
call
in character,
himself
yes.
with Rotunda.
No.
He calls himself.
But I'm
Bray
saying
Wyatt.
that's how they're trying to play it off more as legit, I guess, real or not.
Exactly, because when he was
playing with the emotions,
even on Firefly Funhouse,
he was still way
trying
over
to be
top.
playful and everything, but then he would be like dark. So it was more of I'm going to put on the persona, but the darkness is always in me. Where this, it's like he's legit trying to be just a normal. He's just trying to be Bray Wyatt, and it's like it's a snap.
I think they really have, like, if you go back and watch his old Bray Wyatt stuff, when he started and he was actually just Bray, it's almost like they've taken stuff from all his characters and blended it.
Yeah.
And instead of that Firefly Funhouse side of him, we're getting old Bray Wyatt, like the old school Wyatt family Bray, mixed with the Fiend, mixed with there again to the Wyatt Six theory of maybe it's just Bray's,
My son will be proud of me.
Because
like the moment where he gets attacked by LA Knight, it kind of gave me the some Dragon Ball Z vibes.
Oh, there you
go. When Gohan sees Android 15 gets his head stomped and he breaks and turns Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Except for this is going to be much darker.
Much darker. much darker, yes.
Bray's hair might not stand on end and turn yellow, but
it's going to be good, and I can't wait. Like, I will definitely be watching Survivor Series.
Sure. I'm excited. I think I won't have the kids this weekend, so I will be probably watching it live.
I had to time travel with you for a minute.
Well, no, actually,
we forgot what
we
day
switched
we're in.
weekends.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
we're just throwing all our.
So I'm getting them for Thanksgiving break, not the weekend. So.
Got you.
So I'll have them. I'll be sending.
Which is why we're recording now. See, I had to go back in time to remember where we're doing. No.
Yeah, I was supposed to. I normally get them, but there was a whole thing. My daughter had a birthday party with her mom and everything.
Shout out to Xavier too. He's had some interaction on our Facebook page.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't have to do that just because he's your kid.
He doesn't.
What a guy! No.
What a guy!
What a guy! Appreciate that. And I got to point this out because I like to do this. Blaze, I come in tonight. Blaze breaks out the vintage wrestling shirt. Look at him where he is. He's rocking a Triple H shirt tonight.
The man.
Very nice. I am actually wearing a throwback. I'm wearing an old TNA shirt. Now, this is a TNA.
We don't really recognize TNA.
We don't, but I actually this was from TNA Lockdown, and this is, you've seen that picture of me with Jeff Hardy. This was that pay-per-view where I got to meet Jeff Hardy. By the way, we talked about this before. TNA Lockdown is all about steel cage matches, and guess what? Every fucking match is a cage match. That's why it's called Lockdown.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And I got to see that one live, and back then they still had Jeff Hardy and Kurt Angle and Matt Hardy and Mr. Anderson. Like, this was 2012 or 11, something like that. So, saw it down in Cincinnati. It was pretty cool. Got to meet Jeff, too, so that was... Had to pay to meet Jeff, but whatever.
Well,
you got to make some money. I'm not going to hate on you.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, whatever. So, yeah.
He needs drugs.
Yeah.
So, alcohol, drugs.
Wow. Jeff just completed rehab, man. Okay.
Oh, did he now?
He really did.
Let's see how long that lasts.
I think we touched on this a couple weeks ago. I don't know. Maybe we talked about it off air, but he has cleared or completed his rehab. But I'm all about, like, maybe he don't need to come back. Like, I love Jeff Hardy, but every time he gets back in wrestling,
he starts with it's.
And then let's be real about how he got out of his WWF contract. He faked being high. Like, he wasn't fucked up at that house show, but he staggered out of there, so they would think he was high to get out of his contract. Yeah.
Wow.
This last time he was there.
I didn't know that.
He played the high card. I'm not hating, but as soon as he got released, he was like, yep, gotcha. I'm going to join Matt. So I don't know. We'll see if Jeff comes back. But if it's going to affect, if it's going to make him relapse, I say don't do it.
Just let him.
We love you as fans, but if it's not healthy for you, stay away. Just do what you got to do. Take care of you.
If you need to take narcotics or alcohol,
and a lot of it makes me wonder.
Because you need to be numb because of the pain.
And that's what I think. Like, he's always had an addiction problem, but being this much older, you can't tell me the Hardy Boys, most of these wrestlers hurt every day, but if anybody hurts a lot every day, it's got to be, especially Jeff's crazy ass. You can't take those table dives and all that all those years and not wake up. Yeah, and
unfortunately, Jeff, I don't think Jeff has ever been a character where I'd want to see him just, like, he's not...
That's part of his character.
Yeah,
he has to be.
Unlike Matt, where Matt, I can, can be just like a he's manager role, mentor role. Like he's got.
That's not Jeff.
His character is interesting. Jeff has never been all that. Like when he's on the mic, I don't give a crap. If you're not jumping off of a fucking ladder, I don't really.
And that is Jeff's character. Like
it's just.
I was a fan and I liked when he won the title and all that, but it was all about because his crazy ass was going to do whatever it took to win.
Yeah, Jeff's fun to watch in the ring. Yeah. He's not they try to get him to talk, and
he's not a good talker. No, he's not a good talker. No,
not like his brother.
He's good in the ring. He's a good artist. That's why he paints his face. Whatever. Yeah. But yeah, he's not. And he has no character. Matt has changed a million times. Like
yeah.
Matt reinvents himself. Matt can do anything.
Right.
I don't even hate, like you said, I don't even hate Matt as just a manager.
No, because he can do it. Too. Jeff...
By the way, though, this is a random side note. My favorite version of Matt Hardy was the early shit in the 2000s when he was Matt Hardy version 1. And they would always pop up like the internet facts. Yeah, and the internet facts would come out when he came out all the time.
I mean,
that was one of my favorites.
I'm simple, I guess. I loved Broken.
Oh yeah,
Broken, Woken, whatever.
Yeah, and WWF did not give him and Bray enough time together as a team either. The leader of the world should have been so much more than that was.
Yeah, I wish we got a. And I don't know why they haven't really brought the Broken. They haven't been bringing him
he's kind of he's just kind of been Matt.
Yeah.
He was Broken Matt when he came back, but when he came back, we were still in the pandemic, so there were no fans. So he was broken.
We're way past that.
Yeah, we're way past it now.
He still hasn't done it. I wonder if maybe AEW just doesn't like it, or maybe he doesn't want to do it. I don't know.
Maybe he doesn't. He was excited about one more run as the Hardys. I mean, that was his goal. They also had this whole Hardy Boys farewell tour booked outside of AEW as well.
Oh, okay.
And so maybe that's just...
So
maybe he's still waiting
with his brother.
Telling Jeff get his head out of his ass.
But are we ready to start watching Royal Rumble? And we're finally out of 95.
We made it through a whole year.
We're out of 95. We are going to 96.
96, and I'm still
here.
Royal
Rumble.
Royal Rumble. Let's see what we got.
I'm excited.
Me too. All right, so right off the bat, we get Sunny in a bubble bath.
Yeah, we did.
Let's just push stop now.
We're getting started on the Attitude Era.
This does tell you that it's close to the Attitude Era because we do legit get Sunny in a bubble bath to let everyone know parental discretion is advised. Can I just point out that it's too late? Sunny's naked in a bubble bath. It's too late to say parental discretion advised. Like, the kids have already seen that. And,
I'm curious what that means for this. Like
more violent, dude. Look,
I mean,
can it be worse than that bloodbath? We
didn't get a discretion advised last one.
It's the first discretion. It is.
Yeah, we didn't get discretion advised last time, and we got fucking, mind you,
dude. It was
in fairness.
It was an accident.
That was legit.
Yes,
that was legit.
And man, was that a bloodbath.
So I wonder if maybe like they got some shit about that, like the networks or whoever. Are like, you can't show that much blood. You didn't warn anyone.
By the way, two interesting things to point out. One, this is the first pay-per-view with a free-for-all. So this was the first Rumble to have the pre-show where they give away the free match. Remember, they started doing that. They still do it now. AEW does and everybody. But yeah, so this was the first Rumble with a pre-show and a free match. And the original opening match to this was supposed to be Alundra Blaze and that Chinese woman from that last 6-man tag or whatever.
Oh, right.
Alana Bulakala. That one. But before 1996, they killed the women's division in December of 1995. So there was no women's match on this pay-per-view. Instead, our opening match First, we get good old JEFFJRRETT Jeff Jarrett, and he's facing Ahmad Johnson.
So wait, was this considered the pre-show match?
No. This is the first match of the Rumble. The pre-show match, the free-for-all was Duke the Dumpster Droese and Triple H. Well, Triple's probably in the Rumble, is my guess. Triple H is probably in the Rumble, but that was the free giveaway match.
And before the pre-show,
Aja Kong, by the way,
was just called dark matches?
Yes, but they weren't televised. Now they show it. Remember when it first started, I think they showed it on... They used to show it on the TV Guide channel, I think, back then.
Oh, right.
The free-for-all, like the one out, and you can watch it for free. So that's the free, so it's the first time the dark matches aren't dark anymore, I guess is the way to say it.
Fair enough.
It's televised, yes. So there you go.
Yeah, we still do pre-shows today.
And Aja Kong was the opponent for Alundra Blaze in the match that didn't happen.
Speaking of the pre-show, I gotta ask you.
Okay.
How do you feel about the fact that they've essentially tried making the pre-show, try to make it more sports-like? Like, it feels like an ESPN panel before Monday Night Football or something.
I mean, it's fine. They've been doing it for a while. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, I get it. They're trying to make it feel more...
What your opinion?
They're trying to make it feel more real.
More sports-like.
Yeah, more like
I like it.
And I'm okay with that because I was actually just telling a younger kid the other day, a child, because we're old. I was like, listen,
damn it.
All those people that used to like to say wrestling isn't a sport, cannot say that anymore because ESPN covers WWE.
Oh.
And if you go to the ESPN app, WWE is even a category. Wow. So the fact that it's covered by ESPN now.
No, it's official.
It's a fucking sport.
It's totally a sport.
It's a sport, people.
Absolutely.
It's just planned. And if you think that the NFL or NBA or any of the other ones have never planned anything, you're psycho. Anyway,
I'm not going down that road.
Let's not go down that road because we've already, we could be lost for a while.
I love the NFL. I'm just going to continue.
I do too, so we'll just leave it alone. Even though we lost the Super Bowl because someone was offsides and they didn't call it because he was a huge star. But anyway.
That's bullshit.
So our opening match ends up being Jeff Jarrett and Ahmad, which makes sense because at Last in Your House is when he busted the picture frame over his head and all that. So. And, of course, two people I'm not a big fan of, but it was actually a good opening match. It was a good opening match. I can't even be mad at Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett, Ahmad Johnson put on a hell of a show.
That outside where he slung Ahmad into the stairs, that was a hell of a shot. Ahmad fucking dove outside.
Yeah,
it was no shit moment. I didn't expect this.
Not between the middle ropes.
No, he did like the Undertaker.
Over the top.
Yeah. Onto Jarrett, almost overshot and killed himself. Almost. He hit the rail, but...
It looked like he was about to go head first.
Ahmad just shut me up, I guess, because I was like, Ahmad can't wrestle and he doesn't sell anything, which he didn't until the end. He didn't sell much.
He sold that. He sold that.
He sold the end, though, but... and then later in the match, Ahmad missed a... What did he do? He tried to do a moonsault almost, right? Or
a... yeah, that was even
impressive. He
missed or not, but it was impressive.
But he did like a 360 flip, and he's a big guy.
He is a huge man.
Yeah. But Jarrett tried twice to get a figure four. It got reversed once. The Blaze was like, I never got that. Does it really hurt?
Yeah, no, I don't understand. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you this. Have you ever had anybody legit put a figure four on you?
I feel like I did when I was younger.
It does hurt. And the truth is, it hurts the person that's putting it on, too, without reversing it, if you legit lock it in the proper way. Because you got someone's leg over your leg, and you're using your other leg to do this. You know, and it does hurt. It hurts both people. Reversing it, I think, would hurt nobody. I don't think it would put more pressure on the other guy. But it's one of those things when we were young. We were just like, whatever.
I'm just logically thinking. I was like, does that...
Wrestling's not logical. We can't do that. But I get it. Like now, when I watch it, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. We see several things now with our adult eyes. Like that doesn't. Like the rope. Does it really give you leverage if you have an abdominal stretch and you grab the top rope? Yeah. Like
it's like, oh, he's grabbing the rope. That's going to give more pressure.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we just believe these things. But it popped in my head. I
don't blame you.
Does that really hurt? I was like, is that really worse for the person that originally put on the thing if you go back upside down?
Yeah. And so Jarrett could not get Ahmad to submit either of the times, so he said, fuck it, and grabbed his guitar. It's like, I'm going to end this shit right now. And the chair shot of the year. Jesus, dude.
Chair shot?
Or that's the guitar shot, of the year. He came off the top rope with his guitar and just, Ahmad's dead.
Yeah. Just went right there. It would look like something from fucking Looney Tunes.
Dude. And like, whether it's made to break or not, a guitar, it's an acoustic guitar. It's going to be hollow. And maybe it is made to break. I don't care if it was made to break. That was a hell
of a shot.
A hell of a shot.
And it looks cool.
It looked great. wow.
And
What a way to end
Ahmed
that
looked
match.
pissed afterwards.
What was funny is Jarrett was kind of trying to act mad because he got, like, what did you think was going to happen? He's like, what do you mean it's DQ? The ref was watching the whole thing. It's not like he even tried. Jarrett didn't even try to hide the fact that he did it. He's like, fuck it. I'm just going to hit him with a guitar. And then he's like, wait a second. What do you mean I'm disqualified? What do you mean? Sir, this is not a no DQ match. I don't know what to tell you. But not a bad way to kick off the Rumble.
No,
Not at all. Not over the top either, but I was entertained and I never got bored, and I usually don't even want to watch a Jeff Jarrett match. So
fair enough.
in the last pay-per-view, Ahmed wasn't that great either in the 3 seconds that he was in the ring. But anyway, I'm going to give it 2.5 fucking dives outside the ring.
I'm going to give it 3 Tweety birds over Ahmed's head after taking that guitar shot.
It did look kind of like some Acme
like
shit.
Some
It
fucking
really
Looney
did.
Tune shit. You know, like...
What's funny is I was talking to the match about how Ahmed wasn't selling. I called him No Sell Johnson, and as soon as that chair or that guitar hit him, he was like, "Well, he's selling that shit, ain't he?" The blaze that over there, he's selling now, ain't he? Yeah. Didn't have a choice but to sell that shit.
Oh.
He couldn't avoid that. We accidentally forgot to stop. Well, Blaze did because he was.
Oh yeah, blame me.
Anyway. So we saw one other segment real quick after this match, and it was just Todd Pettengill backstage with Diesel. And I imagine throughout the night we're going to see a few stars give their little speech about how they're going to win, because of course you're not going to stand there and say I'm not going to win. I'm in it, but I'm not going to win. You know, so whatever. Diesel was like, it's going to be Diesel Power Night or whatever. So that's our first match. Let's see what's next. All right, so our next match, man, we get us some Sunny. We get us a lot of Sunny.
It's a sunny day.
It would be a sunny day. It's actually the first time.
I'd rather have a sunny night.
Yeah, me too. But anyway, I can't think right now.
Back then.
Back then, yes.
Back then.
But
Maybe
if you want to see her now, she has an OnlyFans. I'm just saying.
I'm aware.
If you'd like to see Sunny,
We've talked about the
Sunny
things
poots.
Sunny has done now, but
she pooted.
But 1996 Sunny,
Give me 96 Sunny all day. First of all, yeah. First time we've seen the Body Donnas as a tag team, we now have Skip and Zip.
Skip and Zip. Dumbest names ever.
Well, let's just point out the truth about the Body Donnas. They were like, listen, you guys have Sunny, we can call you whatever, it doesn't matter. They just want Sunny. They don't care. You can be
Right.
Bob and Tom, Skip and Zip, peanut butter jelly, salt and pepper.
You know, the weird
it
thing
don't
is,
really matter.
they're supposed to be all fitness, but the Body Donnas don't, like,
Okay,
especially when they're in the ring with frickin' Bart and...
Yeah, they're taking on the smoking guns for the tag team.
Yeah.
Well, Zip, by the way, Zip is Dr. Tom Pritchard. The Heavenly Bodies Dr. Tom Pritchard that we just saw in the last pay-per-view with his hair cut and dyed blonde.
Yeah.
So there's Zip for you. And, yeah, they don't look so in shape as Sunny sure does.
Yeah, they don't look like... Yeah, Sunny, yes, but...
I get it, though. The gimmick is they're supposed to be like these tight...
fitness gurus.
Skip's so... They're both short. You put them in there with two of your tallest, biggest guys. They're supposed to be the Body Donnas, and they're taking on Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. It's basically
you look
like
at
spark plug.
You look at Barton's the smoking guns, and they just so much more
buff, defined,
and,
bigger, taller. Yeah,
someone
more hair.
I would imagine to be a fitness guru, not the Body Donnas.
But they don't have Sunny.
They do not have
Sunny was all over this match. I wish she'd be all over me. I'm not even mad about all these distractions because it's Sunny.
Right.
And there were a lot of them, but one of the best is it wasn't that far into the match. She went around the corner and she started winking at Bart while he was up on the apron, and then she started pulling her skirt up, started blowing him kisses. Bart was paying zero attention to the fucking match. He's like, "Sorry, Billy."
Understood.
It's sunny out here right now. I can't can't come to the phone right now. And I actually thought the way the match kept going, I thought the Body Donnas were going to win, because every time the Smoking Guns did anything, Sunny was up on that apron and got everyone's attention. Like,
the weather forecast today is sunny.
With a chance of sunny. And we get to a spot in the match where Billy ends up accidentally knocking Sunny off the apron. And, of course, all faces are fools when it comes to the ladies, so he has to go check on her.
Absolutely.
And he gets double teamed and gets his ass whooped while he's out there is what happens, while Sunny laughs at him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
I didn't say she was a good person.
If she would have been this, just saying if it would have been the Smoking Guns managers and one of the Body Donnas did it, they would have been like, fuck her, she's down, I don't care. It's one less thing I got to worry about. But you know what? His face has got to fall for that stuff. Gets suckered right in.
Of course.
You know, what are you going to do? Not a bad match at all. Smoking Guns, I've said several times, are a good tag team. They hit their finisher, that leg drop, double team, and after they hit it, Sonny pops up again. Probably wasn't the only thing that popped up.
Woo!
By the way, I forgot
to
yeah, we're going to score. I forgot to mention that when they were outside, you could hear the audience screaming, beat her ass. Like, kick her ass!
Beat her ass!
What? Kick her ass! Yeah, I heard people screaming that. Like, what kind of people are in that audience? I mean...
The fans are doing other things to Sonny that I was not thinking of.
Well, in case you're not aware, I think Sonny has no limits. I'm just saying. She pooted once, remember?
Right.
So
that
anyway...
doesn't mean she wants beat.
Well, to each their own. I don't know.
No, not an appropriate time.
Not an appropriate. Don't sing "Beat It" right now.
Yeah, that's a terrible time to sing "Beat It." No, we do not condone abuse to women. Okay,
we do not at all. Now, if you want your friend to be jumped by 12 Marines, that's okay. You can call Marty Jannetty. He'll hook you right up. But we do not condone you beating women. We're not going to condone that.
Right? No.
Pretty cool spot at the end of this match. The Body Donnas went to do a double suplex, and Billy speared. That was a spear. That was a really cool... It was a cool little... So he speared one of them, and then Bart just rolled the other Body Donna up.
Yeah.
Like, why the spear
happened. Once there was
whatever,
one missing, then the other one just couldn't keep him up, and then
he
just drops right down on him, and then does the pin.
And the Smoking Guns retained.
It was a cool finish, actually.
You'd have to watch it, because it's almost like the spear set off the roll-up. It was just kind of a smooth...
It did.
Yeah.
It did. The spear took out one of the Body Donnas because they're doing a double suplex.
Yeah. So the motion
they're doing
of
a double suplex together on it was Bart or no?
Yes, they were. Billy's the one that speared. The Body Donnas were trying to suplex Bart together.
Right. Yeah. And then Bart just drops straight down, and then curls him up for the pin.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and it's over.
It's almost like he did a body splash
almost
from the suplex that he was in.
Yeah.
And then got the roll up.
You'd have to
really cool.
You'd have to watch that match or just that clip to see it, because we really can't describe it as cool as it looked. It was a good finish. Good tag team match. I thought for sure I don't even remember this Rumble. I don't know how, but I thought the Body Donnas were going to win. Sonny was all up in it. I wanted to, never mind. Anyway, good match. We know I'm a huge tag team fan. It didn't blow me away. It wasn't over the top, but I was entertained the whole time. How could you not be?
Right.
I mean, the match could have sucked, but Sonny was out there. I probably missed half the match.
No, it was a decent match.
No, it was.
And I may go a little higher than I probably should based on the ending, but the ending was cool. And I always like that, the tag team, leg drop that they do.
Oh yeah, that was cool. I forget what they call that finisher, but yeah, it's cool. Gunslinger, I don't know. It's probably something like that.
Something like that.
I'm sure, but yeah, that's a cool finisher.
So I'm going to give this another 3 pew pew, because, Smoking Guns.
Pew pew.
Pew pew.
I get it. I'm going to give this 3.5 sunny days.
Now, are you going higher because of Sonny?
The half a point might be because her skirt flew up.
That was the parental advisory, I guess.
That was the parental advisory we all got. Yes, I got a double dose of Sunny, so I'm going half a point higher.
Understood. We do like a good sunny day on the forecast.
Do we not? So far, good start to this Rumble.
So far, decent Rumble, yeah.
Let's see what's next. All right, so before our next match, we get a good old man. I didn't forget about these, but I didn't know we were getting them already. The good old Billionaire Ted videos. Good stuff. Do you remember them at all?
No.
I mean, that was a long time ago. So they're making fun of Ted Turner and Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man and Gene. Everybody that slept. The Nacho Man, yeah, and the Huckster. Calling him the Huckster, And this is how they're getting over their new generation, because at this point, Hogan's in WCW, Macho's in WCW, so they're taking their shots. And they're funny. We should get to see more of those. They did that for quite a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were on Raws and everything. They ran them for quite a while. Yeah.
That was interesting.
It was.
I thought it was funny.
They showed the Nacho Man video of Ahmed doing a Pearl River plunger. Like, could you do this? And he's like, nope. Never have, never will. Nope. And then he snaps. Snaps into his Slim Jim after that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And then after that, we get a package talking about the feud between Razor and Goldust. And during the package, it shows how Goldust has got a tattoo on his heart of Razor and everything. So
sweet.
Yeah, so sweet. He cares about the guy. He cares about
absolutely.
him. And Goldust comes out, and it's the debut of Marlena. They don't even know who she is yet. They're like, this woman that came out with
just a woman.
Goldust, but it is Terry Runnels, his wife in real life. And it is Goldust and Razor for the IC title. And what a match.
Yeah, it was fun.
What a match. And we discussed it off air. We'll bring it up on air too, but I loved Goldust at first because I thought the fact that he did all the little things he did, like there was a spot in this match where he reversed a waist lock and grabbed Razor's nipples, and the blowing the kisses and the shaking the ass. Well, they were right there.
I don't know why.
I mean, they were right there. Razor accidentally slapped him on the ass at one point in the match, and Goldust just stuck it out there and blew him a kiss. But not only was that entertaining, but it worked so well because Dustin could wrestle.
Yeah.
That's what made this character work, because he would do all this stuff and act like he's a sissy and, not want to fight. And then as soon as he got control, he was whooping that ass. Like he could wrestle, he could move. And I think that's what made the character work so good. And I love the fact that Vince thought he was taking shots at Dusty. Like, I'm going to show him, I'm going to dress his son up like this, throw him in pay-per-views. And then Goldust became one of his biggest draws and a huge star.
Yeah.
But at this point right here, this is just still Vince like, I'm going to show you with your painted son blowing kisses at my wrestlers and rubbing their nipples. How do you like that? And you had to remind me when we were talking during the match. What did Vince say that Goldust was? You told me the word.
Androgynous.
That's what he always claimed. So then we got into this whole discussion of, is Goldust a gay character, or is Goldust picking fun at homophobics? I mean, and even from Scott Hall's perspective, I wondered. Because you said you noticed when he walked to the ring, you thought Razor looked a little uncomfortable, and not like fake shoot uncomfortable, like he didn't want to do it. And like I said, Scott Hall had no problem with Dustin. He didn't like the Goldust gimmick. So now we're going to sprinkle a woman with him, and he's still got his valet. But I don't know I never looked at it that way, but I was just a wrestling fan, and I was 16.
Yeah, no.
I was 16 when this happened.
Yeah, we're both straight wrestling fans, so
16 years old. I just looked at it exactly what it was. Like, see, this guy's going to fuck with your head, and he's going to come out and blow kisses at you and rub you and shake his ass, but when it comes down to do it, he's going to do that thing, and he can wrestle.
And we all seem to love him.
I'm still a fan of Dustin.
I think Goldust is
generally
well liked.
Goldust. What do you think it would be like if he did that now, though? I mean, the world's changed. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it is. I have a legit question. Go ahead. And maybe somebody might respond to this. I don't know. But I legit am curious what the LGBTQ community, because I'm not part of it.
I'm not either, but
I could ask my daughter, but my daughter doesn't like wrestling, so I'm not sure if I can get.
If you're into wrestling and you're part of that community, we're just curious what that view is.
Yeah, I'm curious about the view of the LGBTQ community. How did you feel about Goldust then? Yeah,
and I mean, Terry is in real life his wife, but part of the reason they added that to Goldust was to see if that might balance out, because they were taking a little heat for it then. There were some people that didn't like it at all, thought there was no place for it. But, now
I don't know if there's a lot of, LGBTQ that actually listen to our show. I don't know how popular wrestling is to the LGBTQ, but I'm sure there are some, and I'm sure they've heard of Goldust or know of Goldust, and I'm just curious what your thoughts on it is. Yeah. Do you like him? Do you see him as way too problematic? Like, should he have never existed? Is it a front? I'm not sure.
Just curious. I mean, because they always say, any news, either way, it's probably was good for them, but Goldust couldn't be this Goldust now. I don't think, in the world now. I don't think that Goldust, that 96 Goldust, you couldn't pull that off now.
I don't think they could pull it off now, but
the world's also changed.
Right. But I'm not saying that we need to get another Goldust out there.
No, we just are curious because
saying what were your, because it's not like there was an LGBT. The only thing that's really changed is our perception of the world and our recognizing more of the problems that we had back then.
Right. And because we're still going to watch stuff going over these pay-per-views that were like, yeah, that you probably shouldn't have done that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
some of it didn't look good back then. Some of it
we watched a pay-per-view with Rowdy, and we love Rowdy.
Yeah,
the blackface was really But I never, as a kid, and
you don't think about that.
I do think of it now.
Yeah,
but as a kid, I loved. Well, I didn't see the Rowdy. I don't know how I would have thought of what I would have thought as a kid. But, but Goldust, I was prominent. I was watching wrestling all the time when Goldust is around. And I was a fan.
Me too.
And I never thought of it, because we had a different perception. I did not think of it as problematic or anything. I just thought, oh yeah, he's using that to get
The biggest thing that makes me curious about that outside perspective is, like I said about Scott Hall. He's had zero problem with Dustin, the person.
Yeah.
Wasn't comfortable doing the things that the Goldust character did. So that's why I'm wondering from fans' perspectives what they thought. Scott was just not comfortable with, his nipples getting pinched or
was it
whatever,
Was Goldust more offensive to LGBTQ, or do you see this as more of a attack on homophobics than actual homosexuals?
Yeah, exactly.
Because they did just put the title on him.
Yeah.
This androgynous character, they put the title on him.
Again, though, now, like I told you, from Vince's perspective, this is all he thinks he's pissing Dusty off. That's really what this is. Even putting the strap on him. Also, this is all just, fuck you, Dusty. Look what I'm doing with your kid.
I can also see people being upset that they brought a woman with them. Like, now are you saying he's closeted?
Now what is he?
Like, what is he? Yeah. Are you just...
And then the little thing they do, like, and now maybe there was a lot of, but back then you wouldn't picture a woman smoking a cigar. Maybe that sounds sexist, but it's true. You wouldn't expect to see that.
No.
So this hot chick comes out in this gold dress and she's got a big fucking cigar in her mouth, and now you're wondering, okay, are they together? Are they a couple? And they give each other some looks but I thought it was all great. I don't know. But I was a wrestling fan watching back then. So like we said, we're just curious. Like I said, Vince did it. Vince thought it would help balance out the hatred. That's why he brought her in. To me, it added another little twist to the character.
It's also possible that, people, I know, obvious, I didn't have an issue with it. Like I said, but I also loved Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I guess I could see Goldust being kind of similar to Dr. Frankenfurter.
In a way,
Yeah. He's straight up transvestite. He says so. He sings a song about being a transvestite.
But I think part of Goldust's character legit, too, was over-the-top Hollywood.
Yeah.
In a way. You
know
what I mean?
Like, they do the movie quotes and everything.
Yeah,
so
and then,
maybe
gold like an Oscar and blah, blah, blah. I kind of get it. But yeah, just curious if anyone has thoughts you can share.
But yeah, I've been a fan of Rocky Horror since I was a kid. Yeah. And, maybe I confuse myself
Does it make you wonder if Vince was a fan of Rocky Horror? Like, the basis of Goldust had to come from somewhere.
I don't know.
I don't really know the history, but Vince doesn't really know a lot of. Everybody thinks Vince would know pop culture.
I am friends with a lot of. I'm friends with quite a few people from the LGBTQ, and I know a lot of them seem to like Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's a pretty popular.
That's why I was just curious where Vince got that concept for the character. It made me wonder if maybe that was part of the influence for Goldust.
It's possible, I guess.
It's just curious
he doesn't really look anything like...
Or he might have just been looking at old shit and been like, look, this is the worst thing I can put Dusty's kid in. We'll figure out the rest later.
Well, Goldust, it's not like Goldust wears women clothes. No. At least not here.
Not yet.
But...
Were you watching
he's wearing just a full bodysuit, which really isn't gender specific. I'm
not looking forward to the artist formerly known as Goldust.
He is...
That part of his career is not... Should never have happened. We'll get to that. That period of Goldust. I don't know if I remember that. That's when you got married, but that period of Goldust is definitely a time we're going to be like, yeah, they shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Anyway. But good good match.
Yeah, it was a good match.
Scott Hall's always money, as well as Dustin. and I liked everything about it. Marlena, of course, got involved a few times. Every time Goldust went outside and Razor tried to chase him, he pulled her. The old classic, pull my chick in front of me. Right. Dude, back in the day, Macho Man used to get so much heat when he would pull Miss Elizabeth in front of him, but nobody even knows who this cigar-smoking chick is, so. Overall, though, good storytelling. I love all the little stuff Goldust does. Here's my problem. If the kid interfered, the ref was distracted by Marlena, she hurt her ankle, she was in the ring, kid interferes, he botches the kick to Razor's head, whatever. But that's how Goldust wins. Here's my question, Blaze. If this is such a huge feud between Razor and Kid that's been going on the last, 4 or 5 pay-per-views, why hasn't there been a damn singles match? There hasn't been a single. They were in one tag team match against each other. If this is such a...
I think we'll get to it.
I think he leaves before it happens.
Oh, really?
I could be wrong, but I don't think we ever get... Not on a pay-per-view. I don't think we ever get Razor and the Kid. I could be wrong. We'll see. Mm-hmm. But, he's gone in 6 months here or so. He leaves in July, I believe, June or July, so Razor's...
Well, I mean, we're starting to get pay-per-views every year.
You never know, though. I'm just, the Kid and Razor thing, they just make it seem like such a big deal every pay-per-view, but we're not getting, why isn't Kid fighting for the title then? I'm just curious. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of bored with it but we're not watching Raws, to be fair. They might have fought 5 times, and we don't know, so.
Right.
Who knows? Anyway, though, I enjoyed the match, and I am going to give this 3.5 cigars.
I also enjoyed it, and I feel like a broken record here, but I'm going to go with 3. Absolute pleasure. Going back to my Rocky Horror.
Goldust really liked.
I love Rocky Horror. Such a good...
Well, let's do the time warp again
then. Let's do it.
Let's do it. And I would say let's see what's next, but
I think it's just a jump to the left.
I think you're right. I would say let's see what's next, but I know what's next. It's time for the Rumble match.
Time for the Rumble. All right, let's go.
All right, so we haven't done this since our very first episode together. It's the Rumble, and I'm just going to go over who came out, right?
Yep, go ahead.
We stopped at 10. That's how we do it, so we don't forget everybody. So number 1 in this Rumble is Hunter Hearst Helmsley. We found out he lost to the fucking garbage man on the free-for-all, Duke the Dumpster.
Yeah,
Drose.
We're so excited. That's our 30th.
So we know number 30 is Duke the Dumpster. Number 1 was Hunter. Number 2 was the pig farmer, Henry O'Godwin. Number 3 was Blaze's all-time favorite, WWF superstar.
Don't fucking
Mr. Future President.
Lying piece of shit.
Bob Backlund.
Fuck Bob Backlund.
He was like, how is this old ass still around or something?
Well, then we get another older ass.
Well, we do. We're going to get there
that
in a
looks
second,
almost exactly the same. Like,
oh my gosh. So then we get Jerry, the King of Lawler, which we're okay with. Followed by Bob Sparkplug Holly. Then we get King Mabel. He's shaved some of his mohawk. He's just got a single mohawk now.
Yeah.
Badass. Then we get the returning Jake the Snake Roberts. Good to see Jake back, even though this is kind of chubby Jake. This is
chubby Jake.
Just found religion Jake. But he's about to be very famous for a different reason when King of the Ring rolls around, right?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And then next is the older guy he was talking about. We get fucking Dory Funk Jr. And he's like, who's Dory Funk? They couldn't even get Terry Funk.
They even mentioned that they tried. They invited Terry Funk, but
they got Dory instead. Terry's like, Funk you.
Terry's in Germany, they said.
So maybe
they said he's watching in Germany.
Maybe that's legit, but Dory is Terry's older brother, in case you couldn't tell by that. Terry's not exactly young here either, but Dory.
I thought it was Terry's father.
Dory Funk was Terry's father, but this is Dory Funk Jr.'s. This is Terry's brother.
So. Oh my gosh. Holy crap.
Way past his prime here.
Coming out with pretty much the exact same outfit as Bob Backlund. Like, we needed 2 of these motherfuckers. This guy comes out looking like it's going to be Bob Backlund in 2 years, because he's already old as fuck. Fuck!
And he's got
Bob
that,
Backlund.
When you reach a certain age and you shouldn't grow long hair anymore, that's what Dory's got going on.
He
looks like we go right back to the Rocky Horror Picture Show with that hairdo that Dory Funk's got right there. I'm just saying.
Shit, no, he looked like fucking Hulk Hogan. He
looked like the Huckster.
He had the long hair, but just on the sides, not on the middle, because he had no hair in the middle. What a billionaire
Ted said, let's call you the sexy boy. That might work.
Oh my gosh.
Billionaire Ted. After that, we get some real wrestlers. Yokozuna comes in at number 9. There's a spot where Henry Godwin was in the fucking corner and Yoko was in front of him. I didn't even see Henry at first. I legit didn't know Henry was behind Yoko. Then Babel proceeded to body splash fucking Yoko and Henry Godwinn died. Like, he's still in the ring, but he's definitely dead. And then number 10 was the 1-2-3 Kid, which they're just referring to as the Kid.
The Kid.
His trunks still say 1-2-3, but they called him the Kid earlier.
All I saw was the Kid.
Oh, maybe they have taken
all
1-2-3
I saw was
away.
the Kid when he was coming out.
Because he did, before he becomes X-Pac and all that, he was just the Kid for a while, so maybe finally the evil
I
gimmick.
think they're finally doing the Kid. We only had one.
One, yeah.
One, and it was Yokozuna being my hero.
Yokozuna.
Only one elimination. He comes in there and he throws fucking Bob Backlund out with authority.
With authority. We had to rewind one spot because we thought like a couple guys came out, but they were just being pussies about the snake. Or not even the snake. What scared him out that time?
That was the slop.
The slop. They ran from the slop.
The
Not
slop
the snake.
bucket.
They ran from the fucking slop.
They ran from the snake too, actually.
Yeah.
They've run out of the ring, and right now we got Jerry the King Lawler hiding underneath the ring.
Yeah, Jerry's under the ring. We got to remember that because, you know, they can be sneaky. And have you ever seen someone so good? Like, can Jake the Snake not be one of the best characters ever in wrestling because he hated fucking snakes? But he still comes out there and rocks those snakes, man.
No, I'm curious, was that more Jake, or was that Vince McMahon? Like, did Jake come up with his own gimmick as the snake?
No, that was Vince, yeah. And Jake's like, yeah, I don't like snakes. Okay.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. Listen,
I want
got
you
a
to bring out this giant-ass boa constrictor.
That, again, which a lot of people wouldn't have even known it, but Jake's dad was a wrestler, and you know how Vince is if you come from a wrestling family. They don't want anyone to know, so you can't be... Grizzly Smith was Jake's dad. Wrestler way back in the day, you know. And,
never even heard of him, but I know Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah,
have for a long time.
Another Vince thing. Hey, I got an idea. You don't like snakes? Guess what? You're Jake the Snake, and you're going to carry a snake with you. This was his animal phase. Remember the Bulldogs? The British Bulldogs had an actual bulldog for a while. And then Jake had to take that snake with him everywhere. Could you imagine going through the airport to check your bags?
Yeah.
Like, this is just my boa constrictor and my, toothbrush. It's
yeah.
All right, so yeah, just the one elimination, by the way. That was, at the time, a record. It was 14 minutes into the Rumble before anyone was eliminated.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. Little backstage fact. Also, a couple little things. They wanted to get the Warrior for this Rumble, and Vince would not meet the Warrior's demands. Warrior had some money demands and wanted profit from his character. You know, obviously, he's like, well, I'm the Warrior, so if you're going to sell my shit, I want my money. And Vince just was like, fuck you, so no Warrior. They were also interested in Sabu, and he turned it down. Do you know Sabu at all? He's mainly an ECW guy, really.
I know the
kind of
name.
chic-looking guy, yeah. So he was also supposed to be in the Rumble, but he turned it down. So
I think he showed up in WWF.
he does later on, and the Warrior.
Oh no, he wasn't he part of the when WWF bought ECW?
Yeah, and he was the Invasion and all that.
He was part of the Invasion. Yeah,
wore like the Aladdin pants.
Right. Yeah, I know of him.
Yeah.
I don't know him well,
but he's not in here. And the funny thing is, Warrior's going to be back here in a couple months. I think King of the Ring this year. Warrior does come back in '96.
Oh.
I can't remember if it's King of the Ring or Mania or In Your House, but he does come back this year. He just wasn't back for the Rumble, so there you go.
Interesting.
Let's see who the next batch is. All right, so we go back to the Rumble, and entrant number 11 is Takeo Omori.
Okay.
Huh? From New Japan Pro Wrestling. After that, we get Savio Vega at number 12. And then at number 13, it's the man they call Vader. Making his debut with his wrestling gear on the wrong fucking way, and it aggravated me. I'm a little OCD. But if you Google this Rumble and you Google Vader's career, he talked about it later on in interviews. It's his first match for the WWF. He's on pay-per-view, and he's got the top of his singlet on the wrong way. But maybe if you weren't a Vader fan and never saw him before, you wouldn't have noticed, I guess. But Vader Time...
I don't know if I would have noticed it if you didn't tell me.
Vader Time was on the back, and then you could see the seam of the singlet because he had it on backwards, but whatever, it's fine. After Vader, big man, he's finally arrived, so it's good. After Vader, we got Doug Gilbert. Apparently Eddie Gilbert's son, whatever.
Son? Okay.
Eddie Gilbert's son, yeah, I guess, is what they said. Doug Gilbert. Then we got Squat Team Member 1. Not SWAT.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Squat. Team.
I don't know squat about him.
Ba-dum-bum.
Didn't?
Face paint, Boots like the Iron Sheik. I don't know. After that was squat team member number 2.
Yeah, a couple wastes in this one.
But they were actually identical twins. We wondered until...
They did.
Because one got eliminated before the other one came out, and when they walked together, they were definitely identical.
Oh, yeah, they were identical.
So after we got through those 3 question marks, then at number 17, we got Owen Hart, the King of Hearts. At 18, we got the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. 19...
Another heart-themed wrestler.
2 hearts in a row. 2 hearts. Or better than 1, I guess.
2 of hearts.
Oh, look at this guy over there working out there. At 19, we got Hakushi. And at 20, Tatanka.
Yeah, let me go through the eliminations. Jake the Snake Roberts clotheslines Henry O'Godwin and takes him out.
Poor Henry.
Yokozuna just tosses Mabel out like, holy
like it was
shit.
Nothing, dude.
Like it was nothing.
Pretty impressive.
It's like...
Fuck you, Mabel.
Amari was trying to take out Jake, and Jake reverses him and manages to take Amari out.
Bye-bye.
Savio Vega throws out Dory, and I cannot believe Dory lasted as long as he did.
Hopefully he didn't break his back or hip.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't just have a heart attack in that ring. I don't know. He kept on doing moves and then falling down because he didn't have the energy afterwards.
I can't do it, Captain. I don't have the power.
Yeah, no. It was like... I'll say this. It's clear that they're starting to try to do like surprise entrance.
Which we haven't seen yet, really. So
we really haven't. So we got someone from New Japan.
Yeah, and then
someone Gilbert from
USWA.
USWA.
So yeah.
So we get Jake the Snake. Was this his first appearance?
I think this was definitely his first match. He might have been on TV before this.
Okay.
This was his first appearance.
Vader's first appearance.
Vader's new, yep.
So, the squats.
The squats, which... And Billy said he didn't remember when I said, well, they wrestle tomorrow on Raw, and then you never see him again, so...
Oh.
That would be why you don't remember the squat.
Vader... So, this one I loved. Vader punches Jake the Snake Roberts in the middle of the ring.
Yeah. In the middle.
And Jake just stumbles backwards and falls out.
Very hard. Jake sold the shit out of that Vader punch. Like, dude, that was... Definitely.
Then Vader tosses out squat team member 1.
Yes.
Twice.
He
does it twice.
Yeah, because they both come in together.
Out.
And so Vader actually eliminates the same guy twice.
And then Yokozuna, right after, like literally the second time he throws out team member 1, Yokozuna clotheslines squat team member 2 and tosses him. Apparently Vader tossed Savio Vega, and I think we missed it.
We did, but before they tossed him, we witnessed Yoko and Vader kill Savio. Double teaming, like Jesus.
Yeah, they just kept on doing move after move.
Power bombs, leg drops, spawns. I'm like, can't we just toss this poor guy out of here? Like,
that's abuse of a corpse.
It was, and then we missed him getting tossed out. He might have just disintegrated. Maybe he just disappeared.
Vader and Yoko just taking turns landing on you.
Could you imagine if things went differently? Like, what if that would have been a tag team?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Legit, but, Yoko, though, is not too long for the world, and Sean didn't like Vader, so.
Yeah. Sean didn't like Vader?
We'll get to that when we get to the SummerSlam I attend to, but yeah, Sean is not a Vader fan.
Yeah. Then, in a legit shock of this Royal Rumble, Sean takes out Yokozuna and Vader at the same time.
The same time, folks.
Vader and Yokozuna are on the ropes, fighting, arguing, whatever. And then Sean takes advantage of this and just tosses both of them, grabs them by their feet, tosses 2 giant of men.
More than 1,000 pounds of weight right there.
Right.
Yoko's 6 something. I mean, come on. Vader's probably 300-400 pounds. Like,
yeah.
Gone. Sean just like, fuck you guys.
Sean manages to toss them both, and it looked legit. Like, they didn't have to sell it too much. He just used their own momentum, I guess.
And bye-bye.
And then right afterwards, Sean body slams the Kid out of the ring.
Bye-bye, Kid.
And then Vader comes in and just starts attacking and tosses everyone out.
Eliminates everyone.
But apparently, in this Royal Rumble...
Because we pick and choose.
So I think maybe it was back then they didn't do this, but apparently if you're eliminated, you cannot eliminate other people, because we've seen people like get pulled out from.
Well,
like,
and that's where I think maybe the loophole is, like, because that's what we've seen. People are already gone. But if they reach in the ring and pull somebody out, that's an elimination. But if you go in the ring and fucking chuck them into the first row of the audience, which is what Vader did to Shawn, that's not an elimination. And then Vader literally, like Blaze just said, he wiped everybody. He eliminated everyone after he was.
Yeah, it was
gone.
weird. I mean, but apparently they're not all eliminated. I was going to write them all down.
Right, and no, they're not. And you saw then Gorilla came in with security and all that. Now, we're not going to see this because we don't watch the Raws. But on the Raw after this, Vader attacks Gorilla Monsoon, and to this point, no one's ever put their hands on an authority figure on TV.
Oh.
And Vader bombs Gorilla and everything, like on Raw. So they're kind of they're trying to make Vader the monster that he's supposed to be.
And he had a pretty cool showing here.
He did.
He
showed his power. And
my favorite, he showed his power a lot, but my favorite was just punching fucking Jake the
And then, of course,
Roberts.
now I've seen it before, but Blaze saw the mask come off. And if you've never, even though his mask doesn't cover his whole face, if you've never seen Vader without it, he looks totally different.
Looks weird.
Yeah. Like
it was weird.
Looks like a guy you'd go and buy a truck off of at the car lot or something.
Because I've never seen him Vader without the mask, and it's just like...
And it just happened to fall off, and it was a little weird. Like I said, you wouldn't think so, because it's not like it's a full face, but it's still, if you've never seen him,
it was like when I first saw Mankind without the mask.
Yeah, a little weird.
Now it's just like, I'm
Mick
just
Foley.
used to seeing
mask,
Mick Foley
no mask.
and just see him,
It's Mick Foley, yeah. All right, well, so we got 10 more to go.
All right, let's check and finish this. Ish.
All right, so here we go. The final 10 men in this Royal Rumble, and we come back at number 21 is Aldo Montoya, the future Just Incredible. But right now he's fucking really bad. Aldo, I don't even know what his character's supposed to be. Then we get Big Daddy Cool Diesel at 22, followed by Kama, and at 24 we get the Ringmaster, a.k.a. Stone Cold Steve Austin, baby.
I may have cheered a bit when I saw
He did
Stone
cheer a
Cold.
bit, yeah.
I was like, Ringmaster!
Not quite Stone Cold yet. He's still got a little bit of hair. You know, and the boots are white right now instead of black. But, yeah, the future.
Yeah, honestly, like I was just mentioning while we were watching, he looks very generic, which is weird because all he does because he's still wearing he's wearing black trunks. He has white boots instead of black. Yeah. But essentially all he does is change the white to black boots, puts on a goatee, and shaves the head. And that's it. And then boom, he's one of the most iconic superstars of all time.
So the lesson here, kids, is you shave your head and drink some beer, and
that's right.
That's the lesson.
That's
here.
right. Drink some beer, kids, and you could be iconic too.
Shave your head and drink some Steve Weiser, and you could also.
You know, there's a lot of people that have tried that. It's like, hi, I'm a little drunk. I'm a big deal. No.
Well, I shave my head and drink beer, and I'm still waiting.
And you're still not iconic.
I just keep going back to the people that like to call us celebrities and stars.
You're just not iconic.
Iconic. Now that you're a star. After the Ringmaster, we follow Steve Austin with Barry Horowitz. And after Barry Horowitz, we get Fatu, who, by the way, gets autocorrected to what? He's typing Fatu in his phone and it autocorrects it to fucking Gary.
It's like, I see you're trying to spell
I see you're trying to spell a Samoan name, and we're just going to go with Gary.
Gary.
Wow, autocorrect. Racist fucker. After Fatu comes out, we get Isaac Yankem, followed by our favorite personal jobber and sponsor, Marty Jannetty, who has updated his gear. There's like no fringe now.
Yeah.
And the pattern's a little more 90s instead of...
Ish.
It is. You know, it's kind of vanilla
more
icy.
Modern. It really is more... Yeah,
I mean, the pattern, it's kind of vanilla icy, right?
Marty Jannetty coming out there. Ice baby.
It'd be better than the rocker music.
Word to your mother.
You could just do the... and it would work better than the... whatever, but...
You mean...
Word to your mother. He's so whitely said, word to your mother.
Word to your mother.
So I'm rolling in my 5.0 with my rag top down.
I'm one of the whitest kids you know.
Followed by, after Marty, we get the British Bulldog, and then, of course, number 30 is Duke the Dumpster Drosset, a French garbage man.
Okay. So let's go with some eliminations here. Owen tosses out Hakushi with a pretty cool power slam. He just tosses them out with a power slam. Yeah, that was neat. Tatanka takes out Montoya. Sean uppercuts the King, Jerry Lawler.
Bye-bye, King.
Which, by the way, Lawler was hiding pretty much through this entire Rumble underneath the ring.
Yeah.
Sean notices it. Apparently he peeks out or something. And Sean goes under the ring to find Lawler and drags him out.
Literally.
Yeah, which I don't know how easy that would be to drag underneath the ring. But
fucking Lawler's got a hold of like the cables and everything.
Yeah, he's like
pulling all that shit. Like,
holding on for dear life.
And I love that they moved the apron to try to get the cameraman shot and you couldn't see under the ring anyway. He's like really trying to, let me get in there and get that.
Diesel throws out Tatanka.
Bye-bye, Tatanka.
And then our ringmaster, Steve Austin, knees...
Just a knee to the back.
Sparkplug Holly and tosses him out.
Bye-bye, Sparkplug.
And he actually knees him and then Holly flies out.
Yes.
Then we have Diesel, and this was can we get a moment of silence?
Moment of silence.
Diesel takes out Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Sorry.
Sad time.
Sad times.
I guess I just need to take off this Triple H shirt now. They lost. You failed me. You failed me, Triple H.
It'll be okay, I promise. Give him a few moments, folks. It'll be okay.
Owen Hart takes out Barry Horowitz. Who?
Yes, this man is still wrestling on pay-per-views.
Yes.
Yes.
It claims, and we didn't see it very well, but Sean and Diesel both eliminate Owen Hart.
That's what it said, but I didn't see it. I
didn't see Diesel nearby at all.
Diesel anywhere. I don't know what they're... Yeah, I don't know.
British Bulldog punches Marty Jannetty out.
Bye-bye, Marty.
Gary takes out the Ringmaster, which is just sad. Fucking Gary.
Damn it, Gary.
Gary, why'd you gotta take out the Ringmaster?
Why?
Don't take out Steve Austin. He was exciting.
Years later, he's going to give the Ringmaster stink face. So.
Then Isaac Yankum takes out Gary.
Bye, Gary.
Bye, Gary. You're gone.
You're gone.
That's all of it. That's all the eliminations.
So, all the eliminations so far. Everyone's now in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And neither one of us actually remember who wins this thing. So that's...
No, but I mean, based on who we have left, who we got here?
Sean, Diesel, Bulldog,
Isaac
Yankum, Marty.
So who you thinking's the top four here?
Top four?
I'm thinking Sean, Diesel,
Bulldog, Marty?
Bulldog.
And I'm only guessing Marty because of Sean.
Jannetty?
Yeah.
He's already out.
Oh, is he? Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, Bulldog punched.
Oh, that's right. He punched him out. So it's got to be Yankum, right? Drosy, because he's new. Dumpster might stay in.
Fuck.
It's going to be Sean and Diesel no matter what.
I hope it's Yankum, but yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be Diesel versus Sean at the end.
Yeah.
But
maybe Yankum and Drosy will be the other two. Duke's new and he's number 30, so maybe he'll.
Fucking Duke. No.
You don't want the garbage man?
No, I don't.
He's going to take the trash out.
No, I'm good.
And he wears a back brace too, by the way, so that's also good.
Jeez.
Just. All right, let's see.
We'll come back when we get to the top four.
Top four.
And that was quick.
Yeah,
I forgot to even take off my headset.
It's the final four now.
We're at the final four.
It went really fast.
Like 1 minute later.
And we were both we tried to guess and we were off and run through the eliminations, but now we're down to Sean, Diesel, and Bulldog, correct?
Bulldog,
yes.
Yeah, and so, we had Sean, which before Sean does this, Sean and British Bulldog go in the middle of the ring, outside, and they're fighting, and then Owen comes in and sucker punches, and attacks Sean. So then we have Owen and British Bulldog working together to beat the crap out of Sean outside the ring, and then they throw Sean in, and Bulldog is about to do a gorilla press slam and toss Sean out.
Oh, so close too.
Diesel, who is just focused on something else, just runs by, is like, oh, let me punch British Bulldog while you have Sean. And Sean drops, gets up pretty quickly, then drop kicks Isaac Yankem out of the ring.
Bye. Yeah.
And then right afterwards, like Diesel, I guess it takes out. I missed it, but Diesel takes out Duke the Dumpster.
Yeah, the dumpster's gone. The garbage went quick.
So that now we have, interesting final four. I mean,
Diesel, Sean, Bulldog, and Kama.
I wouldn't.
Let's say common knowledge is going to say it's not Kama because Kama never main evented a WrestleMania for the title, so it's not Kama.
So it has to be either Diesel, Sean.
Diesel or Sean is logical because I don't remember Bulldog ever.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Bulldog.
So I think it's got to be Diesel or Sean. But
I mean, although, which I imagine you would remember this if this happened, but I mean, Bulldog versus Bret Hart for their another rematch for the title.
Unless Taker wins tonight. Remember, we still have a title match. This is
Taker
one of those weird rumbles where I'm
just thinking storyline wise, I could see them having Bulldog face Bret Hart for another rematch because that was a hell of a match. They've had two great matches on pay-per-views that we have watched.
Yeah,
I can't say I would hate the main event being Bret Hart versus
that last
Bulldog.
match. And don't misconstrue, like, even without the blood, that last match was still amazing.
It was a great match.
The blood just added some intensity and drama to it, but it was still a great match.
Agreed.
So, all right, well, are we going to see who wins this Rumble?
Let's see who wins this Rumble.
Well, that Final Four was fast, too.
Once we got to the Final Four, it was real quick.
This Royal Rumble is over, folks.
Yeah, we had Sean take out
Bulldog.
The British Bulldog, sorry. Then Diesel takes out I just want to say Godfather.
What is it? Godfather?
Kama.
On opposite sides of the rings. I guess we should.
You come and go. He came and go. He came and then he went.
They were on opposite sides. I guess we should explain that.
Yeah.
Set up. Sean was on one side, Diesel was on the other, doing it at the same time, and then
Sean comes over and just super kicks Diesel out of the ring. And Shawn Michaels wins the Royal Rumble.
Back-to-back Rumble wins for Shawn Michaels.
So here I've got some facts.
Here we go. Throw some knowledge.
That I have been. Now, mind you, I think I've mentioned this before. None of this counts the first Royal Rumble. It was a 20-man entry.
Right.
We're not counting it. It was the first one. Plus, I didn't think to do this, so,
Yeah, and it was.
It was a TV special. It wasn't a TV pay-per-view. So we're not counting the first Royal Rumble. Well, for this Royal Rumble specifically, we have Shawn Michaels winning at number 18. This is the first time anybody's won at 18.
Nice.
Shawn has the most eliminations at 8.
8 for the Michaels, yes.
Which is also the record, as of right now.
As of now, remember.
Of the most eliminations in a single Royal Rumble.
We're still in 96.
Because he had 8 last Royal Rumble in 95. Yeah. Triple H was the longest entrant at 48 minutes and 4 seconds. The longest still, I can't wait till this is beat, is fucking Bob Backlund.
Mr. President.
At 1 hour, 1 minute, and 10 seconds.
Fucking Bob Backlund.
The shortest of elimination was Squat Team Member 2.
Number 2. Not number 1.
At 24 seconds.
24 seconds.
He was in the ring for 24 seconds.
Yeah.
Some stats, we're just going to go through them like we do every Royal Rumble. 2 winners have won at 27. That is the coveted number as of right now. That's the hot spot. Yeah. Big John Studd and Yokozuna both won at entrant number 27. Mo has the shortest time in the Rumble at 3 seconds.
Poor Mo.
And now we have a new stat. Shawn has the most Royal Rumble wins at 2 because he won for the first time ever back-to-back Royal Rumbles.
Back-to-back.
He was the winner last year, 1995 last year, and he won 1996 Royal Rumble.
He did.
Yeah.
And a little Rumble stat that you'll love that I could throw out here is this was the last time we see King Mabel until a one-off appearance in 1998. And then he's gone again until he comes back as Viscera. So King Mabel's gone.
Oh, really? We're
done.
I didn't realize Viscera was that far away.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
Viscera's...
we're done with Mabel.
Because Viscera's Ministry of Darkness stuff, so that's like 99, 2000.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
So yeah, that's
now,
it.
does he come back as Mabel, or he said
He comes back one time as Mabel in 1998 to face Ken Shamrock on a Monday Night Raw. Then he disappears again, and when he comes back, he's Viscera.
Okay.
So,
oh, good. We're done with Mabel. It's good to know.
Everybody thinks it's good. That's what I said. And when he come back, Taker's like, fuck. Okay, Vince, I got an idea.
I got an idea.
Put him on my side, then I got to wrestle no more.
Well, that's crazy. I didn't know. Is that the fact that you
this
found?
Popped, yeah, because this is
know?
the kind of stuff I usually know when I have Wikipedia up, because we're doing the Rumble and I wanted to order it. At the bottom, it tells you this was King Mabel's last appearance until he returned in 1998 to face Ken Shamrock.
So, holy shit, we're going to get, and I'm pretty sure I know who we get, but we're going to get either Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, now that I saw who won the Rumble, and now I know exactly what we're getting. But
I'm assuming it's Bret Hart. Because I don't think Shawn faces Taker at WrestleMania until...
We didn't think about this the whole time. We were watching this Rumble because we weren't thinking about what Mania is next.
Yeah. Well, I don't know the
I would have been able to put
I don't have the
Manias
Manias memorized, so...
Yeah, I don't completely, but when it comes to the main events, I'm pretty, usually pretty
Yeah,
good
I'm just... Rage was really good at that, too. I'm
kind of glad when we were watching it, I didn't remember the Mania. We were trying to block out WrestleMania, folks, because we had to do 11, which shouldn't even count as a WrestleMania. They tarnished it. WrestleMania 11 was still the worst thing that you and I've watched.
So this is the start of the Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart feud, I'm guessing.
It has to be.
Because I believe it's this year that the screw job happens, isn't it? Is it 96 or 97?
97 is the screw job.
The screw job is 97, okay. Yeah. But this seems to be the start of their feud.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I saw on Facebook the other day that Shawn Michaels looks at the feud between Bret Hart and Shawn as Batman Joker, like a rivalry. Yeah. It's like I was his Joker,
and they needed each other.
He was my Batman and my Joker, or whatever.
But what would have gave it away? And I mean, we know at this point now, WrestleMania 12. You'll remember when I say it is Shawn and Bret, and it's the Iron Man match. So that's what we got coming.
Oh,
it's the
I think
match.
Ricky was waiting for this.
Rage. Rage was waiting. Yeah, this is the Sky. He comes in on the rope, Sky rope and stuff.
Oh, we get
this match.
the good. Oh, we're going to start getting elaborate entrances.
Yes,
too.
we are.
Oh,
yes,
okay,
for sure.
Oh,
because this is when Shawn zip lines in, and yeah. So that's what we got coming at 12. 12 is going to blow 11 away.
Wow,
that's for
that's
sure.
crazy.
Now this, which has only happened a few times in the Royal Rumble, is one of the few times that the Rumble was not the main event. We still have a match.
Okay.
We still have the title match, which I guess we kind of might have spoiled.
Yeah, a little bit. Forgot we had another match.
Still doesn't mean we know how this ends just because we know who wins. I don't remember this match between Bret and Taker, so I haven't remembered this Rumble. So
in fairness, every WrestleMania is spoiled when Undertaker shows up because we all know
to a certain point. Yeah, until we were like, oh, Undertaker versus Brock. Let's skip this Mania.
Fair enough. All right.
So here we are, main event time. It is The Undertaker and Bret Hart for the WWF Championship. And during The Undertaker's entrance to the ring, Diesel was waiting to attack The Undertaker before the match even began. We got a little brawl in the aisle there.
Diesel's a little mad.
Diesel, you've been getting really angry lately, and it's not cool.
Yeah.
It's not cool to be so angry. So they do eventually break it up, and we get to our match. And we were talking during this match, and wrestling-wise, it was a good match, but I felt like it was missing something. I don't know if it was because the last pay-per-view the main event of the last pay-per-view was so great, or if it's because lack of story.
I think a lot of it has to do with the story isn't Undertaker, Bret Hart.
No.
The story is Diesel and Undertaker.
Yeah. But you gave Undertaker the title shot for whatever reason, like last pay-per-view, you're just like, it's Taker.
Right, because Diesel's mad.
Diesel's mad, yeah.
That Undertaker just got a number one, which fair.
He did it after the Rumble too, though. Diesel got eliminated, and then he beat up Bulldog in the aisleway too. He's just hitting everybody. You're angry, Diesel.
He's an angry Diesel,
angry man, angry. But I mean, it was fine. The wrestling was good. I mean, they said this. Oh, let's see what happens when it's face versus face. The crowd was very weird in this.
Yeah, no, it was like every time something happened, there was cheers, then boos.
Yeah.
Cheers, then boos. It was like the audience was like 50-50. And the people that were booing with Brett was cheering for Undertaker and vice versa.
They were kind of divided. There were parts that was quiet. But again, did you feel like, now we weren't there live, but didn't you feel like after watching the Rumble, that was a lot to sit through?
Yeah, it was a bit of a letdown.
Not because it was too long or anything, but that's my point is like, wrestling, that's the way it is, and you brought everybody up and you used all that energy, whether you had those shitty guys in the Rumble or not, it doesn't matter. Then Shawn wins and shows his ass. And you still want everybody to sit through, a 30-minute, however long that just was.
It was about a 30 to 40-minute match. Yeah, absolutely.
So, it wasn't bad, it just shouldn't have been the main event. The main event was the Rumble, I guess. I don't know. It was typical Bret Hart stuff, but we did see, like, I don't know how we keep talking about things and then it happens, because remember last week I was like, Taker's not in many Rumbles because he's probably in the title shot, and then boom, here we are in the title match. We're watching this match before it even starts, you're like, I don't remember Paul Bearer and Taker cheating much. What happens? He fucking cheats. Like, this match is already weird.
Whoa, Undertaker didn't cheat.
He didn't cheat.
Well,
Paul Bearer certainly distracted the ref. I saw that.
Paul Bearer just wanted to know what the best place to go to eat after Taker wins this match. So exactly. He just wanted to know. He asked the referees. Referee Earl Hebner really knows his shit.
He knows his
around
shit.
Here, and he wanted to know what's the best place for us to go eat. So that's all Paul Bearer was doing.
So how did that cord end up around Bret's neck?
Well, Undertaker really wanted to get Bret a necklace. He needed to measure the neck. You know what I'm saying? He just needed to measure the neck. He needed that cord. Guy. He's like, I just, your birthday's coming up, I think. I don't know. And he wanted to get Bret Hart a
he's trying
necklace.
To justify it, but that's when the crowd turned too, I think, a little bit there is when Taker started playing dirty and he still couldn't get the job. Dirty, it's not a no DQ
Taker
match.
Is obviously a very nice person. And
very nice.
He's like Santa Claus. He just gives. You know what I'm saying?
But I guess the shoe's on both foots, because then we got Bret taking a fucking turnbuckle off.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
And then taking off Taker's protective gear.
Taker didn't
Which,
really
by
need
the way,
it anymore.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon, for some reason, felt the need to call this, appliance the whole time. Taker's facial appliance. I'm pretty sure that the only person at this pay-per-view that knows about facial appliances is Sonny. That is not... It's not a facial appliance, Vince. It's a fucking protective mask. That's what that is. And the fans got pissed at that, too. Did you hear him boo when Bret hit the... Now, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, whoever my favorite wrestler was, if they did some heel shit, I'm like, they deserved it. I'm glad you did that. That's payback. Fuck those guys. But, they weren't feeling it. So whatever. It was fine. Diesel ended up interfering. Or setting up Taker Diesel for Mania.
Undertaker gets the tombstone on Bret Hart, and then as he's crossing the arms, Diesel comes out and pulls out the ref.
You called it, though, because as soon as the Taker had Bret up, I'm like, how's Bret going to get out of this? Like, no one kicks out of it. At this point, Diesel. No one is kicked out of the tombstone.
Yeah, Diesel comes out. And I like this. I kind of like this because we did have a story. Diesel's pissed off.
Not Bret, but yes.
Diesel's pissed off that, that Undertaker got a shot, even though he didn't earn anything. He fought Mabel. I mean...
Right. And really, though, now that you bring it up...
Full argument.
It explains that whole... Because that last pay-per-view, I was like, all of a sudden, they're just like, Taker's the number one contender. But the whole reason behind all of this is building towards Taker and Diesel.
Right.
So now it makes sense. But the last pay-per-view, I was like, this is how we did it back in the day? Would you just flip a coin? Number one contender.
Well, we have Diesel doing the whole angry
beating
whole
up
thing,
everybody,
and
but
then,
still he got cheers of the Rumble, so people are still feeling Diesel's. People are still cheering for him.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird story.
A weird
he's not a heel yet. He's just
anger management,
mad.
Yeah,
he's just going with this story where he just gets pissed off and does things.
Well, it's okay because in about 6 months he's going to have that sweet Ted Turner money.
He's like your drunk uncle,
Uncle.
He's not bad, but he gets to drinking and he just gets pissed off and starts pushing people down. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Diesel's a drunk uncle.
He is.
So,
he's a drunk, Uncle Diesel.
But this keeps Undertaker strong.
It does.
He didn't lose the match. In fact, he was about to win.
Right.
And you keep the title on Bret, and then we get...
They made him look strong, because isn't this kind of the first time we've seen like a human side of Taker is to where the leg thing was working with Bret? You know what I mean? Bret was working the leg. Taker was showing weakness. So you're telling a lot of stories. You are. It's just the story wasn't the main event itself. So
my only real complaint is I don't think this should. Well, actually, I actually now that I think about it, it actually makes sense. This is the main event and not the Royal Rumble. Because think about that.
To set up
this makes more sense that Diesel would get mad. He just lost the Rumble.
Got eliminated by his best friend. He just
got eliminated from his best
Rumble.
friend. He lost the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Does this make as much sense if he does this before the Rumble?
No.
No,
not for the storytelling.
Losing the Rumble helps this story out, and that is why we have this match as the main event.
Exactly.
For that reason.
It's a big picture thing.
Yeah.
The main event's there because you have to have your title on the line at a pay-per-view. That's just what you want to do. So they use the main event to segue a different story.
Yeah. And this all sets up two matches.
And I guess I just thought about this too. Even though Diesel was mad he lost, he knows his best friend gets the title shot now too.
Yep.
So you don't like the Taker anyway, and you know Shawn is going to be the one that gets to face Brett. And you made sure that Shawn's facing Brett, and you made sure you get Taker. So yeah, it's all one big. So it does make sense they did it. It does.
Yeah,
the match lost a little bit to me.
Once I
break it down, he's getting that wrestling.
Break it down. I mean,
wrestling knowledge out there that I'm supposed to have. But yeah, that makes sense. It does. I guess I just felt drained by the time the main event came, and it was kind of like.
And I get that. But story wise, I think it
makes sense, and it was a good match. It was not a bad match.
This was a story match.
It was.
And it was a decent match, but this was
the
a story
was
match.
Fine. The wrestling was.
There's
good,
a little bit of cool down because there's a lot of like Brett really working that leg, so there was a lot of being on the mat and not, doing a bunch of moves.
Yeah.
But you get some story here.
Yeah, story wise, it's good. I get the whole point of it now, the way it was put together.
And the fact that, if Diesel doesn't lose that Royal Rumble before this happens, this makes
then
less
sense.
Then
take his anger out on? Yeah.
I mean, he could still get mad,
but not have the match shut up like.
But
that.
He could be, if he wins the Royal Rumble, do you think does it make as much sense if he does attack? It's like I'm already getting the title shot,
right?
And then we're setting up Taker, Diesel in a different way. But because he loses the Royal Rumble, we're setting up Taker, Diesel based on the fact that Undertaker literally just was given this shot.
Yeah.
He was just given this shot.
And now Taker has a reason because he literally had that one. Brett was not going to kick out. So you stole Taker's title opportunity away.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now we're ready to roll. I wonder who's going to win that Mania match.
Undertaker, Diesel.
Diesel might end the streak.
I don't know. It might end the streak, yeah. Because Undertaker hasn't lost yet.
No, but I still don't even think they're talking about the streak yet. Not yet.
I doubt it. I mean,
more years.
We've only got, 4 matches of Taker so far?
I remember in an interview that Bruce Pritchard said no one even realized it probably until 6-7 matches in or something. They didn't even realize they were.
Well, he's facing
he was winning,
shitty matches.
He beat Johnny Gonzalez.
This is clearly the biggest.
This is the biggest match for Taker so
match
far.
At WrestleMania.
Yeah, because it's been Superfly, King Kong Bundy, whatever, bunch of nobodies.
I don't know about Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
He was somebody, but not at that point.
Yeah,
he was past his. Remember, that's when I told you I thought they were disappearing because Taker would beat somebody, then they'd be gone. He beat Superfly, he was gone. He beat Jake, Jake was gone. I'm like, shit, he's really taking him out. Completely.
He's about to take Diesel.
Diesel's about to be gone. Diesel's gone. Do you see a pattern?
Oh, I'm sorry. You just spoiled it.
Spoiler alert. You just
spoiled it.
They're disappearing after Taker beats them.
How do you know Undertaker wins this match?
I travel to the future and then back again. So I'm back to the future again.
Back to the
future again? Back to the future a third time? I don't know. So, guess we have to give this match a ranking, huh? And, it had decent wrestling. It wasn't boring or nothing. And it seems like a theme tonight. Everything's been 3s and a halves and all that. But I'm going to give it a 3 tombstones.
I'm going to give this 3.5 necklaces.
It was a pretty necklace, too.
Absolutely.
Pretty cable necklace.
Absolutely. It had a little heart on it, It's a heart necklace for Bret Hart.
Bret Hart.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Bret.
Undertaker's really swell.
He's a really generous guy.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
my buddy.
All right.
Let's pick some matches.
favorite match of the night.
All right, so favorite match of the night. I think both of these will be kind of interesting because, especially worst match of the night, because we didn't really have any crappy matches. But my favorite match of the night, I'm going to go with the Intercontinental title match. Goldust versus Razor.
Goldust versus Razor.
Just with, I think I had more story. I liked, it was entertaining. It's young Goldust, but yeah, that was my favorite match of the night. I'm going to go with the Intercontinental title match.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with the main event. I like the story that was told. And I turned myself around on the things I didn't think I liked. I didn't like it being the main event. But once I thought about it logically.
I will admit that once you started talking through it, it made me appreciate it more.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense that it was the main event because of the story that was being told.
Yeah. I can't argue that one at all.
For me,
he logicaled out a little bit. He threw it down there.
I logicked it out. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm going to go with the main event. I like the story that was being told.
Good stuff.
Worst match of the night.
All right, well, this one I'm just going to go simply by the way I rated these matches, and even though I'm not a huge Jeff Jarrett fan, it wasn't a horrible match, but I'm going to go with Jeff Jarrett and Ahmed, and that's only because it got my lowest rating of the night. I went under 3 for that match, so.
See, this is tough for me because I think I did nothing but 3s.
I think so.
I did 3, 3 until the main event.
Yeah.
So, I don't know which one to pick because I agree. I liked Goldust, Razor Ramon. I think that would have been the pick I would have made. I liked the ending. I liked Jeff Jarrett and Ahmed really surprised me.
It did me too. Like I said, that the worst match thing was simply just based on that was my lowest score, was Jarrett and Ahmed. So that's
yeah. I don't know.
He would say the Rumble, but we don't do that. In case you haven't listened to past episodes.
No. Actually, I can say
he can for worst.
I can for worst, and that's what we're on right now.
Yeah, we are on worst, so actually you can't.
But I don't think I disliked the Rumble.
Right.
I mean, I disliked. There's probably 10 entrants I could do without.
Right.
10 entrants in the Rumble I could do without. That's but you still had a fun end.
Yeah.
You got Sean. I guess it's kind of a weekend.
I thought the Rumble was entertaining, even with the weird random, guys.
You know what? And if I think about it, that ending was very fast. It was just simply, which I do love a super kick. I think I am going to go with the Rumble.
Oh, look, he did it.
I'm trying to think, and I'm like, all these matches were decent. It's not that the Rumble was bad.
No, that's what I said. It would be hard to pick because they were all ranked pretty close.
All the other matches were also really. We got to see things we never saw in the other matches. The whole spearing someone during a double team move. I've never seen that happen.
Plus, there was Sunny there.
I thought that was really.
No, that was. It really was. Like if you went back and watched,
it was a unique
end. One part of this, you should watch that tag team match because the Smoking Guns, like we've said over and over, are way better than I remembered. But that ending was very slick.
Goldust, Razor Ramon. This is Goldust's best match so far.
Yeah, he's on fire.
And it was fun. Even
the
Razor didn't like it.
And he's a champ. So.
I just made the main event my favorite, which
go,
I guess I have picked my best match and worst is the same, but then Ahmed and Jeff Jarrett, there was also that impressed me.
Yeah,
that impressed me. The Royal Rumble, and the only reason I'm picking the Royal Rumble as my least favorite match of the night is simply because I can't think of anything happening. The coolest thing that happened in this Royal Rumble is Shawn Michaels taking out Yoko and Vader at the same time.
And Henry Godwin dying was pretty cool. It wasn't an elimination, but that getting slammed but while he's behind Yoko.
Right.
And then Mabel ran into him. God, he died.
I mean, it was a decent Rumble. And it's not like it was bad. It's just, I can't think of anything that was truly standout where I can with the other matches that I thought were decent.
Well, that's logic. There goes being logical again.
But I think this pay-per-view was like like overall, it's like playing Mario in the Mario Party, Mario Kart. Mario's an all-around player. You know, he's not like he's not your fastest, but he's also not your least fit. Like he's got his stats right in the middle. That's what this Royal Rumble was. There's no major standouts, but everything was solid.
Yeah, but the fact everything was good.
There wasn't anything bad.
No, there wasn't.
Especially lately, we always are having like a half star, you know. But then this Rumble was just solid all the way.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so let's get to the ranking.
We'll rank some Rumbles.
All right.
Royal Rumble rankings.
All right, so the Royal Rumble rankings in mind, well, obviously both of ours have to change, but I always start with my favorite and go to my least favorite, and I actually have put this Royal Rumble in the number one spot now. Because I feel like overall, most of my Rumbles are ranked based off maybe the championship matches or who won the Rumble or whatever. This one overall, like you just mentioned, I thought was a good show and complete. So this is my new favorite. So I have Royal Rumble 9 at number 1. At number 2, I have Rumble 5. 3, I have Royal Rumble 7. 4, I have 6. 5, I have 4. At 6, I have Royal Rumble 3. At 7, I have 2. 8, I have 8. And the worst Royal Rumble is the first Royal Rumble.
All right. All right. So I always do it a little differently. I always go worst to first.
You like to go, worst to first.
I like to, build that momentum. You know what I mean?
Build that intensity.
So I'm going to go. So this is Royal Rumble 9, correct?
Yes, this is 9.
All right. So in 9th place, I have Royal Rumble 8. I apparently did not like Shawn Michaels' win. I'm trying to remember the
Royal Rumble
matches.
Well, that's also low on my list because that's the first episode we did. So obviously, there were very good matches except for Shawn winning the Rumble.
That's right. There was a lot of crap matches. Yeah. In 8th place, I'm going to have Royal Rumble, the first one. Then we have Royal Rumble 2, Royal Rumble 4, Royal Rumble 3, Royal Rumble 7, Royal Rumble 6. Let's see, what was the 5th Royal Rumble? Was that so that was Yokozuna winning?
Yeah, I do believe, Yep.
I think I'm going to go 6, and then I think 6, 5, and then this one be my favorite.
Look at that. It's both our favorites now.
I think the fact that there wasn't a lot of crap matches.
The fact that Jeff Jarrett and Ahmed Johnson wasn't garbage.
We keep saying that, but I think we've enjoyed most of the Jeff Jarrett matches. You keep
fucking
bitching about him. You keep hating on him, but he's actually been in decent matches a lot.
Well, he didn't retire Sting over the weekend, though, so fuck Jeff Jarrett.
Fair enough. Fuck Jeff Jarrett. But yeah, I think this was my favorite Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I agree. Overall, because of like I said, the overall.
Because it's overall. And it's not like... I think once we start getting like standout Royal Rumbles.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get ones.
But I mean, like last time, we had a great winner. Shawn finally wins,
and the actual Rumble match was great. It was the undercard that
it was. Everything else was just shit.
This one had no actual shit on it, so it definitely makes
no shit.
No shit on this one. We had some Sunny though, so there might have been. There might have been some poo somewhere though, because you got to watch out with Sunny.
Fair enough. That's fair.
All right, well, we ranked and we picked something we're going to do this week. I forgot last week was we're going to plug some pluggables. I was like, you know what I forgot last week? He's like, dude, there's like 70 episodes with pluggables on there. It should be okay. You dropped the ball one time. It's fine. Plug away, Blaze.
Well, you can find me at Dragon Blazer Productions on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and you can also find me on the TikToks at Dragon Blazer Productions. You can find me at Dragon Blazer Pro at Twitter, and then you can also find the Boomer and Blaze WWF pay-per-view rewatch YouTube page.
Dude, the man's been working hard, and these YouTube videos are very slick. Very slick. They're worth checking out.
Yeah, I have them on there. I think my last one I did was WrestleMania 4. I've been putting them together because a lot of these are two-parters. We'd have part 1 and part 2. I've been trying to do a little bit of editing and putting them together so they're all one big long episode for these pay-per-views. Yeah,
and it's good stuff, so check it out. And you can also check out our show on our Facebook page, the Boomer and Blaze Show Facebook page. You can find us on the Twitters and the Instas. And am I forgetting anything? Twitters, Instas? No.
No.
Twitter and Instagram, Boomer_Blaze. TikToks. The TikToks is also is at Boomer and Blaze Show. So Boomer_Blaze for the Twitter and the Insta, at Boomer and Blaze Show on the TikTok. And of course, if you would like to reach us by email, we also have an email. It's the boomerandblazeshow@gmail.com.
And please, reach out. Especially, like I said, we have that question for the LGBTQ community. I'd like to know your thoughts and opinions on Goldust, especially around this time when he first started. Like, what are your opinions? Does he upset you? Do you like him?
And if you follow the social medias, I try to throw some stuff. I throw questions out all the time, so feel free to interact. Today's big one was, what's your favorite episode so far? Threw that out on the Twitter and the Facebook today, so we'll see what kind of...
That's a tough one. That's like, they're all my babies.
Well, plus you got a lot farther back. When I asked the question today, I kind of stuck it to our incarnation of the show just to see, Not much love to you though, Rage, if you're listening to this. We love you. All right, so we plugged pluggables, we picked matches, we made it through the Rumble, and next week we have another In Your House. In Your House is back.
In Your House?
Next week, so it should be interesting.
6, right?
This is going to be the 6th one, yeah. But look, it's going to be hard to top the last In Your House just because of that main event. Like, it's going to be hard to top Bulldog and Brett, but we'll see what happens. And until then, everyone have safe and happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving, even though it's over. And we will see you next time. Until then, I am Boomer.
And I'm Blaze.
And good night.
They want to hear the Thanksgiving song. All right. This is a Thanksgiving song. I hope you enjoy it. Love to eat turkey. Love to eat turkey. I love you. Love to eat turkey, 'cause it's good. Love to eat turkey like a good boy should, 'cause it's turkey to eat. So good. That clapping's messing my head up, man. I appreciate it. But I was trying to think of the next line. I'm like, all I hear is clapping. Here we go. Thanks anyways. Turkey for me, turkey for you. Let's eat the turkey in my big brown shoe. Love to eat the turkey at the table. I once saw a movie with Betty Grable. Eat that turkey all night long. 50 million Elvis fans can't be wrong. Turkey lurkey do and turkey lurkey dap. I eat that turkey, then I take a nap. Thanksgiving is a special night. Jimmy Walker used to say dynamite. That's right. Turkey with gravy and cranberry. Can't believe the Mets traded Darryl Strawberry. Turkey for you and turkey for me. Can't believe Tyson gave that girl BD. White meat, dark meat, you just can't lose. I fell off my moped and I got a bruise. Turkey in the oven and the buns in the toaster. I'll never take down my Cheryl Teagues poster. Wrap the turkey up in aluminum foil. My brother likes to masturbate with baby oil. Turkey and sweet potato pie. Sammy Davis Jr. only had one eye. Oh, turkey for the girls and turkey for the boys. My favorite kind of pants are corduroys. Gobble, gobble, woo, and gobble, gobble, giggle. I wish turkey only cost a nickel. Oh, I love turkey on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Oh, thank you.
Hey everyone, this is Blaze from the Ragin' Blaze and the Boomer and Blaze show. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more wrestling content.